Oh, let's go. Now let's see what is up. So what was with my Midnight Suns there? This one also goes mixed apparently. Oh yeah, it's not available, of course. Of course. Classic. Classic. Alright, we're gonna check on CDB then, I guess. That one is available. Alright, what do we have here then? So bad it got removed, yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the free weekend in he'll lose. 69% positive, I see. The Space Hulk dead thing. Pretty cheap. That's pretty cheap. The games you play, Song of Conquest, yeah. Much similar. It's on sale actually, Songs of Conquest still. That's good. That's good. Get it. Get it if you haven't yet. A bloody spell. The boob arrived. It's version 1.0, so it's out of early access now. The Coomer bait. Avoided only. Then destroy all humans on 75% discount already. Not a bad, not a bad. A beast inside 90% discount. Pog. Pog. A recent overwhelmingly positive. How is that not overwhelmingly even? Come on. Guess people are really enjoying the randomly generated maps. Seems like it. But it's supposed to be out already next year, I think, or something, out of early access. And I still haven't seen any story stuff yet. I mean, it is good though that they are like right now getting all the kings ironed out and everything. So all is good. Single player is dead as the AI is atrocious. AI indeed is something. That is true. Apparently it's a little bit better now. Allowed moderators complete a power over their community. Moderators, people that rarely have ever played the game anymore. Spend the majority of it in voice channel on their official Discord. Spoke with only 2 of the mods devs during this entire time. Oh damn son. How could they? Shaking my SMH. I thought I'll be just sitting in like the voice channel. I'll get to talk to developers every day. Playing their games. Can't even talk to the devs. Yeah, SMH, man. This leaves leadership completely out of touch with player base. Bruh, come on, dude. Todd, let's go voice chat, bro. We need to discuss Starfield, man. I think you're getting out of touch right now. You're getting out of touch, bro. Let's go. I was accused of cheating during a multiplayer game. Investigated and found out that I had not cheated. However, moderators chose to ban both myself and the player that accused me due to causing drama. Apparently, defending yourself from ridiculous claims is causing drama. Oof, man. That's what I say when I mean like don't fucking moderate discords, dude. That is like oof, man. I don't know. That's like the worst part, probably also being a dev or something. You would need to like as a developer, they always try to just like open doors, get as many people as possible and stuff in, and then you get like people like that in, and oof. Oof. In the aftermath of my ban, I decided to no longer allow community events or ranked play. Something that is one of the most prominent members of the community I was spearheading. It goes against every successful model out there. Events and ranked play are absolutely instrumental to the success of this type of game. Damn, insane. Insane. I see you, alright. Yeah, this is why, yeah, you need to like To be careful with the community management, in Discord especially. I get peoples like that in. I mean, yeah, sure. Like you play the game a lot and you like it. Yeah, that doesn't mean that developer is gonna sit with you in the voice chat talking and everything. And like community events or rank play, I think it usually like goes, you know, not in Discord, that just like organized in general. That's it. I don't need to do it in the Discord now. Wait, the Fiesta. Devs didn't respawn then, right? No. Well, there's still a bunch of comments though. Thanks for the warning. But banned for causing drama. After some whiny bitch starts false reporting is just about the biggest turnoff I could think of. As for the warning, -1 potential player. Damn, son. AI being poor. Yeah, AI being poor is a niche. Everything else saved me money. Damn, son. Insane. More or less proves the points about the community and its attitude. Oof, man. Even though, like, I think that was actually the right move. And it is actually causing the drama shit. If someone is that invested, it's better if, you know, to just remove them and send them to touch grass, dude. Gonna be just like calmer and better without this shit. I'm not gonna lie. Just don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Can like the game, but don't need to be like too invested into that shit. Or like anything. Game, streamer, community, anything. Don't get too invested into that stuff like this. When you think you're kind of like being enthusiastic fan and everything, you can find just being weird. Let's put it that way quite often. I need to get a little bit abstract and look at this from third-person perspective and think about it. That is too much. That is too much. And actually having moderators like this, it might be not a bad thing. That might be completely uninvested, so they don't care. They just see someone being Pipiega, they just like press the button, Pipiega is gone. They're getting too invested, that just creates all this like, you know, cliques and everything. Like, this is my friend, this is a friend of my friend, this is my enemy. So we're gonna start some high school shit there going on. Yeah, just get in, press the button, they gone, easy. Really good game though. This one I totally can recommend them. It looks like the random ops and everything do be kind of good. Do actually be working well for them. That's nice. That's nice. Alright, let's see. And it's on sale now. So that's good stuff. Nice, Steve, nice. Go Green said the AI is a bit better, but still PPK though. So that's a bit of a downside, I would say. Unless you want to go multiplayer, but yeah, multiplayer seems like there's some fun stuff going on with some dang people playing. Alright, Callisto. Still new and trending though. Didn't get thrown out of this one. It's 53% positive already, damn son. They improving. They improving. I got the patch in. I got the patch in. Negative review about gameplay. I like that they need to specify that. Best jump scare is the frame counter dropping from 60 to 20. Optimization, yeah, I guess that's gonna be just a lot of optimization, ring mostly. But I mean, they started fixing that at least, so and it already kinda working somewhat. Looks more like God of War than Dead Space. I see. I'll see. The starter protocol, yeah. Buy this game right now. First fix which seemed to improve the game's stable performance. Also, from what is known with multiple sources, was a faulty packed game, which was the reason for the performance issues. Mistake can be corrected and I hold no grudges. In that regard, it was unfortunate for this to happen. I was excited to play but got burned by this mistake for the time being. Yes, he's there, alright. Just unlock. Developer crunch check. Miserable launch check. A late review embargo lifting check. Product refunded check. Doesn't say product refunded. Ah, caught you there. Caught you there. Unless they maybe remove that for some products that get like too many refunds or something and just kind of like hide it to avoid kind of, you know, like the spiral out of control or something. Snowball, I don't know. Because you don't see like in general like refunds, I feel. Usually it says. Oh no, it does say, okay. So it's lying. Shaken by SMH. See, so I see. It doesn't really scratch the Dead Space itch, I see. FPS horror game at the real horror is in FPS, damn son. If it'll be first person shooter, that would be a good one for sure. That would be a very good one. Convince game devs don't play their own game. Kind of wonder though, yeah, like since it's like such a huge, like I understand when sometimes on some particular like setups they might not catch that. Kind of like the what's the name? Nobody to turn around, for example, right? Like they still, I think, didn't get it back. Yeah, it's still not back for a while already, like 2 weeks gone pretty much. They still fixing it. Like they didn't test it on older like versions of Windows. I can kind of understand that, I guess, somewhat. Obviously, it should be QA and everything, right? That should kind of test such things. But, you know, small studio and stuff, I can see that. But when you like have such a widespread issue on many systems, on like newest systems and everything, like how did you not catch that, dude? And you're not a small studio really either. Yeah, you can play it, you can play it. Like I bet it's just like Windows 7 or maybe even older and it doesn't run. And I guess they said that it should. Windows 7, yeah, I guess. And it doesn't, and they decided to like completely, you know, pull it. It might be, I feel, because the Chinese version. Maybe like there's still a lot of people running 7 or something there, and they all like complain a lot because like the reviews were quite brutal, especially the Chinese ones. Like molding very hard. So they decided to just kind of like pull it and still didn't return it to sale, so... Which, I mean, is kind of good. Oh, full of conspiracy theories. Oh, did they say that there's some hidden like picture of Winnie the Pooh or something? So it got all the developers already executed and game pulled from sale or something. Classic. Yeah, actually getting better though. Like in terms of reviews. Even though a lot of reviews kind of sus. But they also have a lot of hours, so I don't know. It might be actually just people, you know, translating the review. Or Google translating. We'll see, we'll see. Nice chill game would recommend, bruh. That shit is anything but chill, I'll tell you that. Even the demo, and I heard the release is even more brutal. That was not chill at all. Oh, I see, Steve, I see, okay. I mean... Like, I wouldn't put that version behind, to be honest. But I kinda doubt it, though. I kinda doubt it, though. That's a bit too far-fetched, because they already would be probably fucked over the demo, even. Because demo was really popular. The one loop hero, yeah, I need to. This one recommended for me for a while. This very good list, actually, of things I need to play. A very good one, I would say. Pretty nice recommendations there. The Beach Invasion 1944. More World War II stuff. World War II FPS game. Will we get back to this, to the good old times when the market was full of World War II FPS games, basically. Yeah, that was all there was in the market. Like more realismo there, seems like. Might be good for first look and done things. I mean, I played the demo though, so that was my first look already. But yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. With iconic weapons. Of the Beach Invasion, Burnhouse Lane. A puzzle. Solve the puzzles. A trip to another world and back. Alright. Harvester games, huh? This type of graphics actually kind of like, I don't know, weirds me out sometimes. I don't know, it looks kind of weird. Huh? This animation, I guess, or something. I think it's like one of the I forgot the name of this one. All the types to like making the animation. One of the ways to do it, like an easier way. And I think that kind of looks sometimes a bit uncanny valley, I guess. The Cat Lady devs, I see. The Stolen Sanctuary vibes, yeah. Adds to the creepiness, I guess, yeah. Like I was thinking of the horror stuff, but actually isn't. Seems quite atmospheric at least, yeah. Not too bad, not too bad. And the Cat Lady Downfall and Lorelei. Adventure style inventory puzzles. Branching dialogues, light platforming, original soundtrack, full English voice acting. Not bad. For the price, very good, I would say even. A Crackpad Show. Fuck is that stuff? Roguelike bullet hell. Prologue, oh, I see, okay. That looks familiar. Did we see this one before? I remember like something with like the host like that. With endless mode, not even in DLC. Damn, son. Don't even need to buy the DLC for endless mode. Huh? Maybe even have the death animations for free. That would be interesting. Fuck is this? Memory Lost, story-driven action shooter. Mechanics of mind capturing and moving into enemy's body. Damn, son, is it the Messiah top down? Messiah we already did in the Boom Marathon. That was a good time. That was nice. I'm surprised there's not more games like Messiah though. And with mind controlling and everything. You got the Shirelo. That was good stuff. That was good stuff. The Dwarven Skykeep. Oh yeah, this one we saw last time. The base building resource manager, alright. Got Dark Tide. This one going mixed already though. Is it now because the monetization review started tanking? One of those 1k hours not recommend. Come on, man, it's only 100. That's not 1k yet. Core gameplay top notch. Let's see. Getting crashes very often. Let's see. Performance unplayable. You know, people said they fixed performance for the release though somewhat. But I guess not good enough. Or they managed to kill it again with some patching. There's no content at all. Well, I mean, that's the problem of these games. I think like Vermintide and stuff, I actually kind of had the same issue, especially on release. Like later, it obviously kind of like got some beef on top, you know, but like it was also kind of bad in the start. I remember people complaining too. The Boy Fat Shark games at least 1 year after release, no exceptions. That's pretty much how it is. But I mean, dude, you played 51 hour, like, like, I mean, it is like the full-fledged AAA prize. And in my opinion, like if you played something for 50 hours, that was good. You know, it was fun for you and everything, and you played it for that much. Maybe not that bad, eh? I think. Don't really want to run same 4 maps for 100 of hours. Yeah, I do agree. Well, I mean, if it's fun even for like 50 hours, then I mean that's not too bad. If you play it with friends and stuff, I can understand that you know people want more. That's absolutely understandable. But like even that is kind of nice, I would say. Prioritizing microtransactions before basic features were previously available. Not right, and making it so you have to overspend to get the cosmetics you do want is a disgusting practice. That is true. Crafting systems, a list is coming soon. Extremely critical is the only way to get gear currently. Alright. Well, currently it's from vendors. Once an hour or once a day refresh. Okay. Customizing your gear into cohesive build is currently impossible. Okay, I see. Well, that is already like more in-depth here. That's good. Only 4 playable classes. 4 classes are built on the same model used by Vermintide 2, except Vermintide 2 launched with 15 different classes. I don't know what happened, but I can't imagine launching with 11 fewer classes than their last game was Fat Shark's original goal. New classes have been promised, but will probably be locked behind a paywall. That is 100%. That is 100%. It's not a fully priced game, I see. Hit remote tab. How much is it actually? Because here it's kind of like, I would say, AAA price. Maybe like 40 bucks. $40, okay. Hated all 3 of Ogren's voices, alright, I see. And the cosmetic stuff. Well, I mean, monetization stuff would be like, I think, way more okay for people if there'll be more shit to do. In my opinion. Like, cosmetics are fine in general, right? Like, in MMOs and everything, people don't really care about them too much. Like, obviously, like, it's bad. I don't like the practice in general, right? Especially when cosmetics are kind of something that is incentivizing you to do content and stuff, right? Like mounts in World of Warcraft or something, like some skins or some shit. Transmogs and everything, right? Like, you kind of want good stuff to be that incentive. So you kind of like get the beautiful and cool stuff from like some rare boss and not from the shop, you know, for 10 bucks or something. Not because I'm like that against the concept. Like, sure, I don't care. You can buy whatever you want. I don't mind. But like, you kill the boss, you can achieve something, and you get like some trash like recolor of some regular skin or something. Like, oh, you had like the regular basic like red dragon from the quest. Well, here's the same, but it's a black dragon. And like in the shop, you have like the fairy dragon with like a fucking butterfly wings and all the fucking sparkles and stuff and effects all over it. Bro, like what's the point like farming that boss and everything when you just buy better shit then? Like, what can I flex with, eh? I'm gonna sit on my black dragon that is like for some super mythic kill on the boss, and they're gonna be a guy on like super fancy shit just because he paid 10 bucks, even though like he never went in the dungeon even. That I don't like. That part I don't like. But that I really don't like. Yeah, microtransactions like in skins, like I don't like, but I mean I can see that fine. Like All right, but like add other content then first before you start. Like, that's the main reason. That's the main rule, I think, with many games and many other things. Like start monetizing after you already like provide something. Like when you have just kind of like the base stuff, you have like 4 classes, like 4 maps or something for like the multiplayer game that people supposed to grind, and you already like start monetizing it without more content. Then it's kind of weird. Sure, the future classes will be free. Yeah, the class is probably gonna be DLCs, I'm pretty sure. And that's the problem too. So like you pay $40, which is not the AAA price, and I think like for $40, if someone like a lot of people basically like played for like 50 hours, like even like 30 hours, honestly, like nowadays is good. If you actually played it and had fun, like why not? That's nice. But the problem is, yeah, it's like later it's gonna be more and more and more. So like all the extra content, most likely, maybe like first update will be free, like new map, new class. And then after that, it's just gonna be like DLC, 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 DLC. In true Fatshark design, the launch is pretty atrocious, I see. Crafting missing. Didn't forget to include premium cash shop though. Performance pretty shit. Holy game balance. A lot of technical issues. Remove the scoreboard because of toxicity in the older games. Well, I mean that kind of goes in like this like conversation that I also kind of like torn about, like, you know, having some sort of meters, leaderboard, some way to kind of like measure people's performance. Like in my opinion, on one hand, this is nice, right? So you can see, you know, like if you did good and stuff, right? So you have some sort of like the EPness meter there. But in the same stuff, yeah, in the same time, yeah, like if someone is not performing that well, then they just kind of like get shit on, and they just kind of like get completely cocked out of all the content and everything. Well, when we're talking MMOs, for example, right? Like they don't have enough, like some raider score or something. Well, bro, sorry, you're not gonna get in the dungeon with us. But to get the raider score, you need to get in the dungeon with someone, and there goes the problem. People manage to play so much of this game. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people play the beta and stuff. It even mentions in reviews quite often. So yeah. Yeah, the Dark Tide reviews, yeah. All they had to do was translate Vermintide and its features over to Dark Tide. I mean, in a way, kind of true. But, you know, they still need to sell something. Let's see, so okay, see. And perfectly working FOMO exploiting microtransaction shop on release. Alright. I see, Bodhi, I see. Yeah, I think there should be a way to do those leaderboards in like kind of like in a more neutral way. At least in my opinion, like person themselves should see how they perform. Maybe don't really like show it to others, but at least like person themselves should kind of know how did they perform, in my opinion. God forbid you compare yourself to other players because that would be toxic. Yeah, the comparison itself is not toxic, that's fine. Like the EP measurement is always the case. That was always the thing back in the day. Yeah, but I think like that debate kind of quite often in multiplayer and MMO started like with World of Warcraft and like raiding and everything. And when people came up with this like extra mod that measures your like, you know, performance in raids and stuff like this, and basically you just like you get rated on that. So if you didn't farm somewhere somehow that rating, then you kind of like get excluded from everything. And the weapon style's also still fucking better, right? Yeah, the challenge is on the side of the screen, true. I see, Steve, I see. I mean, you probably still also need like the DLCs and everything. We have people in Discord who were playing though. Vermintide, I think they play Darktide now too. So we have peeps who want, if someone wants to play, we do have some peeps. We do. Stud is like a Warhammer player in front of a woman. Damn, son. I got him. I see, Rev, I see. Fewer than half of Vermintide's launch maps, even. For Carissa, Vermintide's 15. I remember people complaining about Vermintide 2 release, and this is even worse. So, yeah. That's something you can wait. And then we'll see. They maybe will later also add like the crossplay with like Game Pass and stuff, and it will stay on Game Pass, and I will have Game Pass. Then like, why the fuck not? Maybe we'll get there. Zero, I see. Gets so boring so fast. I can imagine. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I wouldn't be able to like kind of imagine it to be something that holds you for a while. Could be, but would be kind of hard. Alright, this is all on the old stuff. It's like the Mogus like, or like the Dead by Daylight like something. Yeah, multiplayer 3D platform with a sprinkle of roguelike and battle royale. Yeah, I remember that one. Evil West still here. 77 positive. It's not too bad. Seems quite solid still in the end. Seems quite solid then. The Ring. Yeah, Darktide they basically sell then more expensive than like international price here. Okay, I see. A nice regional price policies there, dude. Amazing. World War Z there. Heart of the Rail. Hey Kagi, hello. How we doing, man? Spiritual remake of the classic Transport Tycoon games. Profitable transport network and grow your world's economy either on your own in single player and multiplayer, whether cooperatively or competitively. There's quite a lot of like railroad simulators now. That's cool. Doing good, Kagik. Oh, doing nice, doing nice. We chillin'. Space oh yeah, that's the strategy one, yeah. So this one, 5th of December. That could be alrighty with full release though, since it's RPG. I kinda want to try that one. A Fallout inspired. Intentionally short yet surprisingly deep and branching adventure. Combat 100% optional. Full version early access. Yeah, apparently there was like prologue or something. So now it's full version early access. We'll see. If I get my hands on this preview copy or something, or review copy, I would maybe do that. Otherwise, it's better probably to wait until it's out of early access. Kinda curious in general. This seems that it might be nice. See who you can see. This one seems like interesting to me personally. I also play as a Mogus, seems like. A Mogus of sorts. Just need to get the white visor. And that's gonna be a Mogus enough. That would be pretty interesting. I'm kinda like watching that one. So with this one even better. And this one might be interesting. Oh yeah, apparently I didn't, Steve, I didn't. Yeah, that's the weird part about it. You actually need to press the button to turn it off. It's fine though, like the VOD is actually, you know, like only the actual stuff, but yeah, it still kind of shows you live or something apparently. There is like the auto stop function. I enabled that one. There's also auto start actually, which is weird, but yeah. I enabled that one now, at least auto stop, so we'll see. We'll see today. The comfy evening YouTube fiesta. I'll see that one. Yeah, it was apparently on still. Yippee again. That's kind of weird part about it, but I guess I can see why they did that. And you can, with some settings, still kind of make it like a regular way, kind of like on Twitch. So that's fine, I guess. And the cafe order simulator. Oh, I wonder who made this one. Another SA there. Alright, let's see how it is. Dude, they farming, man. They farming with this shit. Sword of the ship. Which one is that one? Lightning fast, dodge him up. Flips the script of the traditional arcade shooter. Try to battle enemies on themselves by dodging, weaving, and diving your way through an onslaught of enemies hell-bent on tearing your sword ship apart. Doomsday, right? I think people do something else. Like I saw a lot of recruiting there. Maybe like another dungeon is just better or something. That's why people do that. Actually, no, I think depths I saw people were doing too. Recruiting in chat. But maybe already everyone like done with mutation 1 and everyone's looking for people on some higher mutations. But that's why. A Mirror Forge, some horror stuff there. First person, a psychological survival horror game, eh? Puzzles, explore atmospheric world, survive horrifying entities. Damn. The jump scare galore, eh? Seems like. Impaler, A boomer shooter. Any boomer core, minimalist arena shooter. With spikes. Summon spikes to slay monster. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Build barriers and reach higher ground. Run is a unique challenge. Let's see. Easy to impale. It's all about that impaling there. I just go with like penetrator or something. Make everything about penetrating there. Optimize for Steam Deck. How the Steam Deck shooting actually go in? I bet it's like with the controls, that's probably quite something. Project Warlock in-game content playable in Impaler. In-game content revealed. Damn, son. Got some crossovers there. Yeah, because of the retro vibe, I guess. Seems like it, yeah, interesting. They unify the boomer shooters. Boomer shooter is also popular on the Steam Deck, no idea, yeah. Probably not very convenient to shoot. But they probably run really well, though. The War Fortress, one and only. Divine Knockout. Oh, the stuff was free on PlayStation Plus, I think, right? So it's not even out yet on PC, alright. Knights of Water 2 Sovereign. That I'm gonna play on Tuesday. So Tuesday probably gonna be this and the beer brewing. Gonna get back on Piega Brewery. It's gonna start in the morning, maybe even already. Because I'm gonna have early access to this one. So I might start in the morning. Then I could even do like Monday evening, but evenings I do just kind of chill stuff and on YouTube now, so whatever. I'm just gonna do it on Tuesday instead. Hey John, hello. How are you doing? Just gonna do Tuesday instead. And that'll be interesting. Alright, any hidden gems? Rogue Trader, absolutely a good recommendation. They're starting the alpha now, the alpha release date announcement. So if you buy some Giga Edition, you pre-order on their website, some Giga Edition, you get the alpha test access. It's probably all NDA and everything, so it's kind of no point anyway for me. But yeah, the alpha test is there. Apparently in previous games they did the same, and it took a while until it went from like alpha test to actual release. So that doesn't really mean anything yet. But there's probably going to be like a lot of footage now of the game, now that they got to the alpha test and stuff, the public alpha test. Crisis Remasters, yeah, these got good reviews and all. Cloud of Duty again. So this one before. Summoners War Chronicles. Fuck was that? Come to us. Some MMO shit, the MMORPG. Rise 2 and 3. I think they were like more like linear and everything in terms of story. Like not exactly open world stuff, so some people didn't really like them compared to the first one. Graphically they were amazing though. Alright, so this is like, yeah, this is one of those, Summoners War Universe MMO action RPG. Support from mobile, seems like. Hater Mask. Thought it would be a Genshin Impact. It could be, it could be. Into Deva. I see, I see. They be that good, Similar to 3 of Savior. Not sure. Really good reviews though, surprisingly. Usually MMOs just get shit on all the time. Another Autopath free-to-play MMO based on the Summoners War IP. Stand to think this IP has more games than the Dragon's Dogma or World Ends With You series. Let's see. Not worth it. Nice to get spam constantly by messages of random players that upgraded their rune. Search everywhere to disable something that I don't care about in vain. It has the flex thingy, so like you do something and it flexes in the whole server. That's what Ragnarok official servers do nowadays. Oh shit, look, Pog, this guy just wasted $100. Pogi Woogie. Let the whole server know. And I John, do it, do it. Pay to win 3D mobile game with autoplay, full autoplay. The fuck? Gotcha MMO. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it's probably some meme stuff there. There might be some memes there. Oh yeah, the Mogus stuff, alright. Remember. Another take on Mogus. A Weird Japan. Role-playing game in which the main character returns from the war with the Crusaders. During the war, the world was just changed and he will have to take on the one that decides. Explore fantasy alternative medieval Japan. This is RPG Maker stuff. I think that seems kind of like one of those sussy ones there. Maybe not, but it kind of seems like it. See, board game entertainment. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, there is actually like some like ding review there, seems like. Actually, no, that's not probably. But maybe. The RPG Maker stuff, alright. The fuck? They got like some essays there for sure ordered. The Google Translate there, alright. Yeah, there's another saucy one. This one actually has like some of the actual reviews seems like more effort now. And this one of these publishers and developers, whatever. I think it might be. Oh, also a Dungeon of Death there. Also with 12 reviews. It's mostly also same accounts pretty much every time. They actually started like to get like some more effort into these reviews. In like copywriting the reviews or something. And the English Google Translate ones are still PPG though. But like the Russian ones actually kind of have some sort of like they really copy pasting it from somewhere. Or they like got some more creative people now to leave the paid reviews and stuff. Or like the boss, I'm not sure. Yeah, there's one of those, like, had like a whole chains of these publishers and everything. They have like a whole bunch of these cheap little games. Yeah, with the same, basically, people leaving reviews most of the time. And just kind of like, not always the same, I guess. But they all kind of like, they all quite sussy there. And they all like some sort of like, yeah, like this the same as like the Weird Japan stuff pretty much. Like the same the RPG Maker, like easy quick asset flip pretty much. Done. And it's already ready for release instantly. They just like pump a bunch of those. The Dead City and stuff, yeah, like once a month pretty much. With some breaks, I guess, but yeah. A whole bunch of them. Sometimes give me the decent recommended, and it's always kind of interesting to see. So these ones are actually at least like different tile sets and stuff. They got some like different asset packs to kill. Like the combat is the same as in Weird Japan, though, it seems like. It's just like different tile set, different mobs, I guess, and that's it. Key features: open world, change of day and night, craft, need for food and sleep. Okay, I would say. And then I guess it's kind of like, that's like, what, like 20-25 cents, so people don't even like care, I guess, about it. You know, there are reviews, let's just buy it, whatever. And that just kind of works for them. Very sus, man, very sus. Queen's Wish 2, A barbarian land, Trying to kill you. Win demands you tame them, eh? Alright. Some Ultimar style there. Some Giga Ultima, man. There's a bunch of these RPGs nowadays, so... Yeah, Boomer Games going ham, dude. Huh? Yeah, Boomer Games are going ham. You played any recent Spiderweb games, then you already played this one. Okay, I see. Interesting. These guys in general pump like this kind of game, seems like. Oh, Venom and stuff they also have, I see. Oh, it's Gene Forge and stuff. Alright, I see. Yeah, these guys pumping like pretty much all of these. Venom, Abaddon. Holy shit, that was a lot of Gene Forge. What the fuck? Didn't even know. Only seen like this, the mutagen one. Yeah, there was like 5 other ones. Holy shit. Insane, eh? Yeah, the old school RPG classics. Not a bad, eh? The Ashen Empires. Classic MMORPG. Fantasy world, eh? Yeah, Boomer's playing on the PC. No, actually, PC market is on the rise, so not just them, and not only boomers on our PCs, not only. Well, there's also more of the glorious Ultima. That's how you do UI, man. You just play in the window like this, and everything else is like inventory and other stuff. You don't like MMOs that put like a lot of your like screen? Well, here's an MMO just like that makes the screen small, but at least it's clean. Everything else is outside of the screen. I don't think it would be kind of like interesting, like you get modular kind of like UI. So like you have like the gaming screen, for example, on one monitor, then you get like log and like minimap on like second monitor, then you get inventory with like, I don't know, like skill panels on third monitor or something, right? And you just kind of like play like this. That would be kind of dink. That would be kind of interesting. I'm surprised no one actually like even like they don't really even try to do it. It's probably like pain in fucking ass to do it, of course. Most likely from the coming down from like the operating system architecture, I guess. There's only some games I remember that had like some companion apps or something like this, or like the VU and shit, right? When you like play on screen and have like inventory or something on VU. I remember that stuff back in the day. I'm sure Switch maybe also has something similar. Boomers who won't admit they're boomers. I mean, could be. Skullborn. Infinite massively multiplayer sandbox game. Begin as a skeleton, fight, gather resources, craft armor weapons to upgrade your bones. Explore and team up with other players around the world. Damn son. Skeleton simulator. Oh, 10 buckaroos for that. That's quite chunky for the skeleton. Yeah, the dev, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Can you make like one thing to just like stretch in all monitors? But I guess then you need like the monitors of like the same like resolutions and stuff like this too, right? Like can't you make like one big field of play and then you just kind of like put stuff there? But then if you don't want to use it, then I guess that's gonna be the problem. This one seems like the actual one too. An application outside of its actual window? Okay. Damn, we just don't have a technology yet then. We just don't have technology then. Oh yeah, that was the queue. Soulforged. Community fantastic journey across a vast unique world. Yeah, just a couple of minutes of play every day. As you cooperate with other players, you'll discover new technologies, build infrastructure, and brave new frontiers. All that with no fees or in-game purchases. Join us today. Get the permadeath and stuff then, son. And indeed absolutely free. Passion project of one developer aiming to create a game where players become a part of a living and breathing fantasy world. Interesting. Dark game completely free to play. On top of that, I'm committed to having no other monetization tied to the game. There will be no upfront costs, no microtransactions, no macrotransactions, no in-game purchases, no purchasable cosmetic items, no loot boxes, no expansions, no DLCs. Simply get access to the entire game for free, and whatever you attain in the game, that will be all through in-game means. Interesting. I see, alright. Too much of the load, alright. Probably spent a decent amount of time in this game, but unfortunately I ran out of AP points. Like I said, they're like the stamina, basically, okay. Game is good, AP cap is not. Get just enough AP to do nothing fun. Literally 1 AP per minute, and a single action takes 48 AP. And to do anything, you're going to need to do a lot of actions. So basically, in the fully, completely free-to-play game, and just like out of the system, the stamina system that was supposed to force people to pay, but they don't need to pay even. Yeah, so it looks like the AP is a problem. The web application, yeah. People, yeah, a lot of people just complaining about the AP stuff. Holy, alright. I don't want to spend only 5-10 minutes a day playing the game. I want to spend hours upon hours developing my character, researching, crafting, exploring. Instead, I move 3 spaces, gather some sticks and stones, craft a few needed items, and waste the rest trying combinations to learn the next crafting item, all within 10 minutes. Only to be blocked for any further actions because I'm out of action points. Damn, son. Point system builds over time isn't great. And the biggest problem is you can spend for 24 hours of action points in seconds with a single button click. And that's often what you should do. That sucks. Damn, son. Alright. I guess that's kind of the limiter. So like people who grinding too hard wouldn't like go ahead of the curve too much. That's why there is this AP system to kind of equalize everyone, because the game is like zero monetization. It's like there's no other point in that AP system. You can like literally see the main issue of all those stamina and AP systems. But when it's free to play, people complain about it even more, I feel. Like it's like, You don't really see a lot of people still kind of like happy in like Genshin and stuff like that. I mean, they kind of don't like it, but they like, you know, well, it is what it is. That's how these games work. And the hero is just kind of like the dissonance for people. It's like, you know, free and everything, and you still have some fucking stamina system there. Like, what the fuck, man? I want to play more. So you get something that's completely for free for people with zero cost whatsoever. But they still got the mold out just because you're kind of limiting that stuff. It's got an interesting concept though. Heads will roll a downfall. Tactical role-playing and visual novel. The role of medieval soldier. It's out in October. Let's see what I say. There's no Grimrock 2? No, I have not played those. I haven't played those. So there's actual tactical role playing. That seems like, I guess, kinda. Alright. Seems dink. Yeah, then you get the visual novel part there. Alright. Okay, it seems quite a dink. Another idler made by Illegal Turtle. I think we saw this one before or something. At least I remember the name. Did they say they will remove like emojis and stuff like this from different names and everything? Maybe it's not in power yet, that enforcement. The idler free also. That is like surprisingly very popular. Interesting. Got to the part that people don't even want to play actually. That you actually play games. Want the games to play themselves. And what a time to be alive. Alright, let's go to the GOG. See what's up there. Any sailors? The Lorien Studios sale, up to 90%. The Godhood on sale, damn son. That one is that one actually even still? I remember it was supposed to be kind of like completely abandoned or something. I remember they kind of gave up on that one. They're mostly positive now even. Yeah, it seems like there's no like no even update the window here, sorta. So maybe they did kinda abandon it in the end. Because there was like still a bunch of stuff they wanted to do, but I think it kinda all went somewhat downhill. And they just, I think, kinda like stopped. Basically just, I don't remember, was it early access or something? They just kind of like release it out of it and just kind of let it slide like this. Yeah, I think it was early access, like it's 2020 release it says, and there's like reviews from like 2019 and stuff. Yeah, it was kind of like promising, but then it was yeah, I was looking forward to that one at some point to see. Had some concepts that would be interesting. But then they just stopped. Kills Bud. The loop hero makes you sad, why? But Doom, we'll see. The demo was nice. Hey Corsa, hello. How we doing? And you content plans those who are scheduled to war? Yeah. That do be like that sometimes. I mean, they're probably like relocating somewhere from here right now. Or already did. So probably as soon as they're done with that, Pretty sure the loop hero people will be capable of moving. 1 second, gonna go close balcony, be right back. Just like on Callisto Protocol. Haha, I got him. Which actually maybe it wasn't. It was just him tweeting after all. Yeah, we don't know. And it was something else from software also we're gonna read today. Alright. What else do we have? Happening. No porn game sales. Damn son. Surprised. There was some last week. I wonder if return of Cyberpunk in favor made the reviews of paid map better. It did not. Surprisingly. Surprisingly. The hell is disgusting. Everyone molding, man. Everyone molding. Not on brand for GOG. It's a lot of molding with this, dude. Holy shit. It's not actually purchasing an app. Granting access to an online interactive map hosted on piggyback.com. Oof. Damn Thermos, yeah, that's some scammer stuff there. That's some scammer stuff. Yeah, we'll pay you if our game sells. That's instantly. That's insta scammers, man. And the insta scammers, Unprofessional and dumb for not wanting to go on a call. Oh, fuck those people. I really dislike that stuff. Like, bro, there's email. Like, you already contacted me on email or something. Like, you can talk here. Don't want to go on any calls. And it's like, also like, here's a link to my like Calendly or something, so we can book time. Dude, there's not like some two corporate CEOs with suitcases, you know, like in suits meeting or something, and like literally offering me some like merch store or something. Like, bro, you can talk about it here. If you don't answer, there's also like, oh, there's a follow-up. There's 2 follow-ups, 3 follow-ups. In case you didn't notice, bro. When you like start with the like the Twitter DMs, right now, like, well, there's some devs sometimes that you could like contact on Twitter DMs, like, yo, made like this kind of game, you know, I would love you to stream it, like here's the key, or like you can request the key. Alright, fine. If I see like something high, alright, I don't even answering this shit. Or like, we are like this company and we would love to talk about something. Nope. Fuck that shit. It's like typical, you know, kind of like, what's the name? The telemarketer stuff. It's just like to get you into the talk, and then they kind of just like start all this shit, and you kind of like, out of your like, you know, politeness and etiquette and everything, you kind of like gonna at least listen to them, most likely, right? And their chances that you will agree or something will be higher, because it's harder to like, you know, to kind of say no when you already kind of started this conversation. So I'm just not even going into this shit, just not to be rude later or something. I just rather not at all. But that I do really dislike. Like, you want to talk about something? There's an email already. You're messaging me on that probably. Sure, let's talk over that. Let's keep the boundaries. Dropped the tube, I thought you could reason with them. Oh, bro, they just don't even try. Whenever there's this kind of stuff, I just don't even. And the only time I answered them, kind of recently, was in one of the games. That was actually a funny one, because that was like basically devs kind of like sent me a demo key, sorta, like on one of the next fests or something, technically, or just kind of like told like, yo, we're gonna have our like demo available soon. We would love if you check it out. I'm like, right, looks good. Sure, let's check. I checked it, like, good stuff. I liked it. Nice, played through the demo and everything. Then like, game is out. There's like no key, nothing, no emails anymore. You know, like you did your stuff. Thank you, sir. We're done doing business. Yeah, I'm kind of like, well, alright, whatever. It's like, as long as it was something super godlike, so I'm gonna just buy it on release or something. Whatever, I forgot about it. Yet now, a year, maybe more even after release, I'm getting an email from their like marketing team, I guess, or like the team, like some subcontract basically that work with their marketing, that like contacts the influencers on their behalf. Like, oh, yo, you played, you know, our game before, so we have like new content coming and everything. So we would love if you check the content out. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't get that stuff. Well, I mean, whatever. Just ignored, basically, like, not gone even. Then it was another one, like, oh, it's a follow-up just in case if you missed it. Yeah, the release of like the new content is tomorrow. You want to check it, or you like, yeah, you want to check it. If you want like some extra keys or something, you can request on like those platforms that handle the keys and everything. But those that I don't use, there's like Keymailer, for example. I need to add more, to be honest, and I will. I just kind of like never really got around to it yet. Like Keymailer kind of works, and I already kind of have enough stuff to play, so I don't really bother with it. But I kind of plan to at some point. I was thinking when like YouTube is going, like videos and stuff, so I can like add more parts into the account and stuff. Basically, start with like the full portfolio. Let's put it that way. Except for now, I only use Keymailer, and they weren't on Keymailer even. That one I already like answered. Like, you know, you didn't even send me the key in the first place, so I would love to play your additional content, your new update, but I can't because I didn't get the key back in the day. Silence. Never heard back anymore. Could at least be like, oh, yo, sorry, like, didn't even know. Here's the key, bro. Nah, just silence. Amazing. Amazing. But yeah, most of the time I just don't even answer those. There's a lot of those like follow-ups and stuff, but I just kind of like it was some with the merch store and everything. Like, I mean, first of all, the only answer I would say, like, you know, which merch, dude. Like, I would just say that, just kind of like with the last sponsor stream offered, like, yo guys, I'm from Russia, and like, poof, it's all gone. Oh, sorry, we can't pay you. All right. That one I saw that one coming. Kind of disappear when everything goes fine. Yeah, that I like. I mean, on one hand, I don't like when they ghost you, right? And kind of in the same time also ghost them, I guess, in a way. But the difference is like, it's like they are basically interested in my sort of services, right? And them ghosting me kind of is weird. And I'm kind of on the receiving side, so I sort of can, you know, do that. Like, if I don't want the merch store, because like there's no point, I'm not gonna get money. Not to mention, I already kind of have one with Stream Elements, right? I just disabled it because like don't have any like cool merch going right now, and you know, can get money anyway from that stuff. So it will be all just like running for Stream Elements. Actually, I'm not sure if you can even start it that way then, because they can pay you and they don't really like accept payments themselves, so you probably can't even. So like I just not interested, so why would I even answer those emails? When someone just like asking, there's like one company I'm actually kind of feel bad, that like I'm not even really ghosting them. It's just like it's always like a lot of stuff going on, and I'm forgetting to like message because I wouldn't even mind to play their game. So I constantly keep that email like unread, so I remember about it, but I'm always forgetting to get back to it, which I should. Like when it's devs or someone, I always reply back. Or maybe actually like a couple of keys, I guess. That was the Twitter DMs that I didn't get. Because I don't really use Twitter that much, especially nowadays with all the VPN galore. Like the spam emails I check all the time anyway. So I'm trying to always at least reply or something. But when it's like companies or something starting, or somewhat like kind of spam-ish thingies, then I don't even bother most of the time. But when they goes, that's weird. Let me see 1 second. How is that with that request? Like another on Keymailer, for example, that happens all the time. Like you don't even need to like answer or something, you just need to press the button. Like I requested something. Just press the button reject, for example. Don't need to explain or something. Like, you reject, I'm okay with that. Still pending. PC Game Pass 3 months access, still pending. Like, no confirm, no reject. The thing is, I got it before from them already. So it wouldn't be the first time. You know, it's Microsoft, multi-dollar company. Might as well check your inbox or something, I guess, on the service. I'm not sure how it works, though, from their perspective. Maybe it's, like, so overloaded with shit that they just can easily miss things. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, man, you know what's sad? Why? Why did they do that? They removed the pending Atomic Society. The pending request for Atomic Society review key since 2018. I was just on purpose like holding it, not removing it. Everything else like newer and stuff I already like withdrew myself, whatever. That one I was holding just to see, you know, how long will that hold there. And it got removed apparently, because I think like the game got removed from Keymailer. Feels bad, man. Like it's not rejected, it's not approved, it disappeared now. Any day now, yeah. Any day, man. But yeah, figures like that don't even try to like convince them or something, it's pointless. Like the best is just as soon as you feel something sussy, just, you know, don't even start. Don't even reply to that stuff, it's pointless already. I'm gonna save yourself a lot of nerves there. I would recommend that. I would recommend that for sure. See, let's see him. Unlucky, unlucky. And especially when I see all this, like, yeah, that actually, like, happened a couple of times, I think. All this, like, oh, like, I am, like, representative of some, like, PPG LTD. We wanted to, like, to offer our services in something. You can book time to talk with me, to have a meeting with me on my Calendly link in, you know, like in the signature. Yeah, bro, for sure. I sure have nothing better to do. And then, yeah, a lot of people go like, oh, we need to, like, call and everything. Like, bro, why? I don't like that stuff. The last call I had was with, like, the service, and they just kind of, like, showed me how it works and stuff, the dashboard and everything, and, like, I mean, it was nice of them, of course, but... Alright. And they were showing me dashboard and everything to sell me on their service. But the thing is, like, I was sold on the concept of the service already long before. Like, I was like, yo, yeah, guys, that was Nexus, actually. Which is really cool, and I still really like the concept, but yeah, I can get any money from there anyway, so I haven't updated or anything for a while. And, yeah, well, I heard about them even before they contacted me, so I was kind of, like, already down with that. They contacted me, told me about their service and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's good stuff. I'm interested, absolutely. I'm down. Well, let's have a call. Alright, fine. It was like the whole video call even and everything. Showing me everything on dashboard and stuff. And I'm like, alright, nice. And that's cool. I was already kind of down. Like, yeah, sure. I'm already down. So it was like 30 minutes of me getting like the how-to video, how to use the dashboard. Which I mean, still kind of nice. It's not rocket science, but you know. But I can do it myself. On my own time. Don't need to waste your time on that. Don't need to waste your time. 1 second. the boop sound probably. I want to see if there is some examples like, of those emails there. Or no boop sounds. Get the merge drop stuff. And the best stuff is like just like you send the person the proposition. Like you have some offer or something, you just send it. They can read it, look into it, and answer. If they like it or not. That's the best shit to do. When you start all of this like personal conversation stuff, it's just like, bruh, no. No. I think most of those offers ended up in spam then, I guess. Because I don't see them in my regular ones. The best one was Hooded Horse though. The Hooded Horse press team. Yo, we have a key for Against the Storm. Here it is. We saw you play the demo. Here's the full game. Enjoy. And then I played it, I streamed it, and then after a few days there was like an email, thank you, you know, for covering the game and everything. You were part of like, you know, our great launch, our overwhelming reviews, all the exposure for our game. Thank you so much and everything. Like, dude, yo, no problems, man. Feels good. And that's for the first time like this. I'm all down. Yeah, exactly, Thermal. That's the best stuff. Like the full upfront, you know, business kind of like proposition, seriously, everything like this, beautiful. Or something short at least. And there's the best guy so far is like from one of the influencer manager companies. He just knows what kind of games I play, and he always like brings me like bangers one after another. He's like, I know you like this kind of games, so I think you would like this shit. Yeah, that looks good. Let's go. Oh, fair offers as a creator. I mean, just getting review keys and everything, review keys and stuff. Like, for me, I always thought that was kind of good shit. In many cases, I see a lot of people kind of, like when I read like the game dev Reddit and everything, a lot of people are like, oh bro, I just like made a game and I want like some streamers to play it, and like, I don't know, I need so much money to pay to them and everything. I'm like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. Maybe I should ask from all those people sending me like preview review keys, like, you know, at least some money or something. Like, it might be, I don't know, it might be as kind of fair. Like when they don't put any like demands, limitations or something on me. Like if they don't say like, all right, here's the key to our game, but you need to stream it like for 10 hours for on these particular days and this particular time, and say like Heil Hydra every hour on purpose or something like this, right? And here's like the bunch of text that you need to read whenever you start your playthrough or something, right? Like that I probably wouldn't take. Like you put some limitations, some like demands on amount of content you need to produce, time you need to produce, then you already pay for it. Honestly. Oh, sorry, I'm just kind of like snacking and talking. Snack is nice, but it actually takes a while to eat though. Hey, Kira, hello. Well, I mean, limitations on what you can stream, like some chapters you can only stream, that I kind of don't mind. It's more about like if they demand you to stream in some particular way, then they should probably incentivize you. If they just send me something like, yo, there's like a nice game, if you're interested, here you go, the key. I don't mind. Maybe I'm underselling myself. Probably. Okay, it seems like a lot of people just demand money for like everything, pretty much, seems like. According to them, game dev Reddits. I also have an idea that a lot of this game dev Reddit idea of like content creators is from the fact that they mostly try to approach themselves, right? They just like mass send to a bunch of streamers that they found like on Twitter or something, just mass send their offer. In most cases that ends up in spam folder, and I'm pretty sure most people just never even see that. Like I have a lot of those. Like I constantly check spam folder, and like every couple of weeks there will be someone sending their game. Like I think actually Greyblock, for example, there, which was one guy who made it, ended up in the spam folder. So I answered him like, yo, yeah, I will play it, and yeah, by the way, it kind of like ended up in spam folder just in case you're not getting answers and stuff. So they try to do that. It doesn't work. They go to like marketing agency that deals with them, content creators, and most likely those are kind of like, all right, dude, yeah, sure, we'll get streamers to play, but we need to pay streamers, right, and stuff. So we're gonna ask for this campaign like that much money, and we get the streamers to pay you. So they pay that by agency. Agency does exactly the same. They just send you a bunch of streamers all the time, just keys. Like I never got any offers from agencies like this, never ever. They just send keys to streamers all the time. And that's it. So like all the money they just like pocket and then send the same mass send to everyone. But because it's agencies, they have already established contact base and stuff, right? Their emails less likely to end up in spam, right? Their emails are more likely to be open. And they maybe already have like good contacts with stream, like that dude who hooks me up with games. I kind of already like see email from him. I know it's gonna be some good stuff. Then I'm gonna check it for sure. I mean, I check all of them, but still. I'm actually not sure, Rev, though. I'm not sure if streamers are actually like asking a lot. If they are asking or anything. Like technically, the normal ratio in the industry is $1 per viewer per hour watched, if you go with like averages and stuff. So basically, like if your average is like 100 viewers and you do average segment is 2 hours most of the time, right? So it's like $200 supposedly. If you go by the ratio. Technically. Oh yeah, maybe $100. Like last time I got paid was, and the first time and last time actually, it was $100 basically. And for 2 hours of content. And if you like average 100 or something, I mean, maybe. Is it worth for the game dev publishers or something? That's very debatable. Then you need to like kind of see who you're picking then. It is kind of a tricky question though, to be honest, like because on one hand you're quite often like interested in playing something. So if you're taking the free keys, are you underselling yourself? But then if you also kind of sit and wait until they just gonna be paying you and everything, then maybe you're not even gonna get anything really to do. It's kind of weird stuff, and in my case it's easier because like I don't really get a lot of sponsorships. Even if some will arrive, they're not gonna make it because I can get paid anyway in PayPal, and most of them pay in PayPal. So yeah, I'm just like happy if I get some free keys to play. Wait, the rate is really low, you mean? Like, bucks per viewer per hour is not too bad, I would say. I think it should have like a sort of scale though. Because like if you are on a low amount of viewers, then I think it should be a bit less, like realistically. If you're on a very high amount of viewers, that should be more, in my opinion. And that's how it usually is. Like a lot of like bigger content creators already like not going with like the average industry amount. They go with you know, their own calculations. Oh, the conversion rate. Yeah. Conversion rate is pretty bad usually. I'm pretty damn sure. Like you need a very special type of audience, very specifically like tailored, I guess, audience that will be like that. Alright, it's not even changing approach. That's the standard approach in like web marketing for since I was there already. Like in internet marketing, no one is ever paid upfront. And with review keys and stuff, they also sometimes kind of try to pull that shit. Like I see Keymailers sometimes also like starts asking to put like a link in description, you know, and they're gonna see how much people will click it, how much people will get the game. But dude, it's a free preview key you're giving, and you already have these demands. Nope. Okay, but the key is free. It's technically free exposure for most of the games. Like, I don't know, like some... Like, let's see. Something like upcoming, for example. Yeah, I don't know, like Blacktail or something. Or... In Between Horizons or some shit. Like, I don't even know it. I doubt I'm gonna be playing any of that stuff, right? So, like, if you don't send me the key, well, I'm just not gonna stream it anyway because I didn't even play. Didn't even plan. They send the key. Well, I mean, they're not losing a paying customer, but potentially they're getting some from the viewership, even if it's like 1, 2 or something from stream that just for free does that for you. I mean, that's good. We'll get a release date next week. Yeah, we'll see, Ivan, and we'll see. I mean, if not next week, then if something not shown next week, then it's gonna be already E3 most likely. But yeah, it's not like what the Raid did originally, and I'm pretty sure like a lot of big streamers, like basically all those changes in how they pay are for smaller streamers. Like if you're a big streamer, you just get paid up front anyway. They're not gonna agree otherwise, most likely. And for a reason, because like even if like some huge streamer will take paid opportunity like that to like get people to play some sort of mobile game, for example, and get paid for amount of people they attracted, they're gonna get paid like 100 times less than they pay up front. Because conversion is shit. Like I remember even like Soda talking with like Nick Paul about their merchant stuff. And like even like the merchant stuff is being sold like very, very low amounts for them. Yeah, they are pretty big streamers. Like, so this merch basically sells because it's like super cheap. It doesn't take a single cent from the merch sales. It's just printing. That's it. That's why it kind of sells still. But in many other cases, it's just like it's not working. Like conversion from like streams and stuff is pretty bad most of the time. There are exceptions, like I think that's what was this guy talking back like long time ago. It all was. That's why so then Nick were talking about it even, because he said that merch is being sold in like $100,000 amounts, and they were like, bro, it's their audience, man. Our audience doesn't buy that shit. So yeah. Yeah, that ain't like really the income stream whatsoever. And mostly not. It requires really like the audience that they care enough, an audience that you can kind of like easily influenced, I guess, let's put it that way. That you can actually kind of get into it, and you should be kind of the type of person who can do it. Who can do it and who will do it, let's put it that way. So like quite often it's really a bad conversion on this. So like for many it's just kind of like exposure stuff. And I'm happy usually just to get like some preview keys. It would be nice in my opinion for some of those studios to have some sort of like better teams that work on that and get some sort of like, you know, like hand-picked streamers sorted in some categories on like, you know, like what kind of games they usually play, do like kind of research inside in this in their community and stuff, and then to provide developers like more proper kind of like, you know, partners to work on that stuff. And then if it's a good stream and everything and a good audience that is kind of like into the type of games for like this, then you can pay, why not? Maybe even get some streamers like this some sort of like a salary in a way even. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who like for, especially from like not the Western countries, right, who for pretty low amount of money would be gladly be like, oh yo guys, we have like this new game from our new partners. So like you will need to do a stream, like the review stream of this game or something. Sure. So you just get like this like flow of games, for example, that you kind of just need to cover for some amount of time, but you kind of get paid for it regularly. You just kind of like journalist, kind of reviewer on the paycheck in a way. And in my opinion, that kind of stuff would be even better than any actual fucking journalist. Let's be real there. To be quite honest with you, and probably will cost less too. Even though I guess you would need to have like a lot of streamers then to create enough coverage like that. I would say. Yeah, there must say like, you busy, not interested? I see. Yeah, sometimes after some time they just kinda peace out anyway already. Like I feel like it's better even. You don't really see them, even though like these merge guys actually appeared after kinda not getting anything a few times before. Now they're back again. Get paid to review something and be dishonest about it. Well, I mean like I guess maybe like not the review, but kind of like just like the coverage is guaranteed, sorta. Not exactly reviewing, but just playing it, basically. Like, which I kind of do, right? Like, I don't really create reviews, not yet at least. Just kind of like play it, and then people can see for themselves. It's like it's harder to like lie, I guess, in the review and everything when you just like, you know, do it on stream, because people can see what's happening. They see the process, they see the game, they see your emotions related to and everything with cam and microphone, right? It's just like more honest. Like you still kind of can try, obviously, like with the gray block, for example, right? Like I still kind of try to like find something positive in there, and people could see that positive too, right? Like some of the things were at least kind of interesting and had potential, but yeah, you also can't really hide the fact that they just like fucking fell through the floor because there was no wall, that I literally like ran into it. And there was a bunch of other things, and obviously the fact that all that cost $20, and that was a bit too much for what it is. That's why I kind of like more like when I want to see something about the games, I'd rather just like go to Twitch and watch. You know, that's kind of usually the way it goes. Way easier that way to get an idea how something looks. But yeah, basically it's kind of like, for me, for now, it's just like if I'm getting a bunch of preview and review keys, I'm already happy. Especially considering how much games cost nowadays. That's not exactly you earning, but that's you not losing, and that's already a W. That's already you winning. After all. And I think that's kind of also like more honest way to do it, really. If you kind of like live off the sort of like community support, maybe some advertisements and stuff, but basically just kind of like all the products you work with are kind of there, you know, for free. That's good. That's good enough. Even though like I can see, for example, like something that is completely out of my sphere of interest, for example, like yeah, like Notch the Innocent Luna, for example. Like I would never fucking play that shit in my life, probably myself, right? But if someone is paying, then I mean, you know, why not? Just kind of like a tool to get someone to do something they usually don't, so you can kind of dip in their audience and stuff that way. But yeah, that's kind of the only one. Or like to play some sort of like Apex or some other stuff. It's not something I usually do. That's not something I usually do, huh? The free games feel good, man. Exactly. Exactly. It's kind of like for me, even like the sponsor stuff, like games and stuff, is more just kind of like the motivation to play something. Like if it's something I wouldn't play normally, like some game offer, for example, accounts like the review key, and it's something I'm not interested, for example, in playing, just like not my jam, or like I'm kind of like busy right now, rather play something else. Then some monetary incentive, I think, is kind of nice if they still kind of want you to cover it. Like, all right, like if you kind of busy and everything, so yeah, how about that then? All right, that we can consider now. Sponsor out the vast majority of their income, and that they're super reliable on them. Well, I mean, yeah, because if you manage to get some sponsors, they are huge. I mean, like, as I said, like if you manage to get like the industry average, so $1 per viewer per hour, and you get like 2 offers like this per month, you already kind of get what I get from my donor goal, right? Basically, like I would have my month covered with 100 average viewers. If you have them like once a week, that's already twice the amount, right? If you have not 100 but 200 viewers, that's already even more, you know. Let's see if I wanted to see. I think they said before already that it's gonna be like very short one. So I guess that's kind of confirmation that it's gonna be even a short one. Yeah, that sounds kind of good. Huh? Well, seeing how they announced the nominees for the Game Awards, that was just way too fast even. It was kind of hard to keep track of what he's saying. So hopefully it's not going to be that super fast, but I mean, that's good. I'm happy. So you don't know, maybe we're not going to be sitting through some musical performances or some like speeches for a whole bunch of time and actually get, you know, just like... And yeah, I just want announcements really, but I mean some awards too. Problem is that you can sustain your stream through your actual community. The problem is you can sustain. Let's start with that. Like, it depends where you are. right? Because like I, for example, can sustain from my community, right? But it's something, if I wouldn't be here, or if I wouldn't be in my own apartment, even still here, but like renting apartment, I wouldn't be able to. So yeah, I think it's just in general kind of like the problem of like the income overall. Sponsorship start with you having a community. Sponsorship started with you having numbers. That's basically that's kind of like part of the reason, as I said, why I'm like doing like evening streams on YouTube. It's numbers. Like they don't assess like your community. Like the smart ones do. Like I'm pretty sure like that guy who sends me games because he knows I usually play that kind of games, and he just like sends them. Like I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing, and like all the stuff he so far sent was all good. And even like the what's the name, the got the Knights of Honor, for example, I was sent. Like, the stave is already fucking coming all over the place because I'm gonna be playing it. Like, they already know the community and, like, you know, people in the community and what streamer does. And then, yeah, then it's good. But most of the sponsors, they just, you know, quickly, like, when they need to assess, especially, like, a whole bunch of people, and they're lazy as fuck and they just don't care too much, they just, like, open like Solid Gnome or something, or like Twitch metrics. They just like see average view count, average view count, average view count. They just like, all right, this guy like has like that amount of viewers, kind of works with our criteria. He plays, I don't know, like something like somewhat close to us. I guess not. He plays games, not just chatting. All right, that's our client basically. Let's go, send him stuff. It's easy mode. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Numbers stay high if you have a returning viewership. I mean, kinda, but I don't know exactly. Community also might be different. Like you can have like community. You can have like 100 viewers, and you can have like a fuckload of money basically. Now, there's a lot of examples, a lot of back in the day, especially when, you know, the community support was like a little bit bigger of a thing, when there was like some streamers with like 500 average viewers who would be making like some crazy amounts on platform, just because they have like engaged audience, engaged community and stuff like this. And there's people with like, you know, like less engaged community who don't really fork a lot of money and everything. So it's kind of like, it's just different types of community. It's not like they are worse. It's not like they're like worse people in the community or something. It's just like they have like different priorities. They are like in different like social or other place in life, for example, right? Like maybe someone's younger audience, they don't really have their own money to spare. They like more on parents' money and stuff. They can't afford it and everything, you know, instead of like people being more like kind of adult who can fork some money. Game Awards, yeah, I will stream Game Awards. I'm not sure how we're gonna do before after stuff with Game Awards because it's 3:30 a.m. my time, but I'll figure. But yeah, on like 3:30 a.m. my time, I'm gonna be live. Like if I wake up for that or I will still stay up for that, that already doesn't matter. But I will be live, yeah. Play same games to make marketing's people job easier, yeah. The core viewership that is there no matter what you stream. Kinda, yeah. Kinda. But yeah, I just mean it's like, it's different, right? So like, it doesn't mean that the community doesn't, you know, feed you enough so you go for sponsorships or something. Yeah, people mostly rely on sponsorships just because it's like, it's good money there. And it's like stable money because, you know, like 1 month you get a lot, another month you get not a lot, and sponsorships have like ratios and stuff that you most likely gonna like get the same amount, but you might not get the same amount of sponsorships though. And people like farming sponsorships because they give decent money, so it's also kind of like, you know, like you either like need to run some sort of ads for like days on end, or you just like have one sponsor stream and you get enough. You get the same amount from that, for example. Pony missing expeditions, yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Should stop by at the evening YouTube, then you will find stuff. Viewers are big supporters of streamer until they do a sponsorship and then they like they were betrayed or something. I mean, I guess some people do be like that. But that's like that's a really like kind of weird topic though, in my opinion. Like if people really care, they should be kind of happy if their streamer is like, you know, unless they don't do something like weird and stuff. Though you can live well with only what community gives. It depends, as I said. Like a lot of this stuff all comes down to where you live and everything. As long as it's not too slimy. Well, of course, yeah. Like if it sounds like super sauce stuff, absolutely. But normally, in my opinion, it's kind of like that's fine. Surviving most cases. Well, I mean, let's say that a lot of streamers all the way until maybe like couple years ago, like maybe 3-4 years ago, like there was like not that much sponsoring going on. It was a thing, of course, right? But it was way less. And yeah, people were like living off the community support, and I wouldn't say they were surviving. I'm pretty sure like even if you take not like a couple of years, but you take like 6 years ago or something, and even like kind of early years of Twitch, there were a lot of people who just from community support made a lot of money. Let's put it that way. Like even if you take like Soda, if you take like the old school people, Ragful and everyone, right? Like they a lot of them made a lot just from the community support. So you can do it. You can do it, but it's like it's different times, it's different people. That's just a lot of things changed since then. See what I wanted to say. It's smiley or slimy? Smiley, I guess. I see remote. I see. Yeah, there was a lot of like commercials and stuff. That is true. Like last one was quite something. Yeah. The last one was quite something. Yeah, no, I think you can make enough with community stuff. But yeah, like a lot of stuff really. Like right, for example, even now, like with all with the goal, right? It's fair and square everything, right? Like 400, you guys like so far even like overshooting that. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's amazing. But even like if you look in the future though, that's the problem. Like will you get that next month, then month after and stuff like this, the month after, and next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know. And then you also kind of have like sponsor that offers a bunch, so you kind of like, all right, I can take that, I can put that in the savings for now, I can take a couple more, then I can get this, then I can get that. And it is just kind of like, you know, it's more about like being in uncertainty and financial security for people, let's put it that way. Sure, some people already farmed probably so much that they can fund, like, you know, kids of their kids probably for life. That's already kind of like autopilot. That happens sometimes. You just kind of like looking at all our like oligarchs and stuff and all these like, you know, like super rich people who still kind of keep farming when they already can like for billions of years probably survive already. And how much was that if you're like one of the first man a billion years ago and you worked every day with the average salary of average citizen, you would still be way more poor than Bezos, for example, right? So like they probably pretty much good for millions of years ahead. So there is that thing too, of course. But we don't take like the extreme cases, right? We take the regular cases. And in the regular case, I think if it's small creators, especially right now, like some good sponsor might be like the life-changing stuff. 3 hours and 42 minutes long. Yeah, 500, yep. So I'm really happy it's gonna be shorter. I'm very happy. 500, 800 subs already doing really well. 5% of Twitch? Probably, yeah. Well, even better. Like I am in top 5%. on Twitch, if I remember correct. If we take like all the partners affiliates, and even with the affiliates partners only, I'm still kind of like quite high there, and I'm like very deep. Let's put it that way. So, but 500, 800 would be, how much would it be? Well, the thing is, like, the sub numbers right now are not the best measure, because there's regional prices. You can have like 500 subs, but like most of them are from countries where sub costs like $1, and they get 50 cents from that. So that's a different story already nowadays too. That is the case. There is like no direct transition like that anymore. Unless you like really have like people only from one country because you just like stream in that language or something, for example. That might be the case, then you can kinda calculate, otherwise not really. But even if you take like, how much would it be? That would be... would it be really that crazy much? Like 800 subs would basically kind of like lend you into like 2000 something category. Then from that you also like pay taxes and fees and everything. Like $2,000 per month you basically will end up. Which, I mean, like here for me, for example, that would be, bro, that would be dream come true. If you live like in US or something, that's probably kind of like, you know, barely kind of scrapping by, to be honest. Depending on the state too, I guess, but still, that probably wouldn't be that crazy good, huh? As it should not be a problem. They are, actually. There's also like obviously like the gift, where from people gifting and stuff like this too. On like there is a difference. You can easily notice. But I mean, even like in Europe, for example, like you also need to keep in mind that like the taxes will be higher too. Like you know, you can end up paying quite a lot in taxes, and then quite a lot in prices. I mean, doable. It obviously all still doable. Like it is completely fine with the community support. I mean, I'm managing. It's good. I'm happy. But yeah, I have a bit of a special case though, where I can keep my survival amounts quite low, quite cheap. Taxes through business expenses. It depends how the law works though. Like, I'm pretty sure here, like, not exactly. Like, here you end up basically with just, like, plain 6% tax rate, which I pay. Which, I mean, is not much. I do agree with that, at least. But, yeah, it really depends how you do the... Like, for example, here you're not... If you're, like, a personal entrepreneur or something, you can't really, like, your, like, rent or your food. I don't think you can put that in the expenses. So like as a streamer, like what you will even put as expenses, like buying games, paying the internet bill, maybe electricity bill, maybe. That's pretty much it. So that one you can't really write off here. Well, maybe like upgrading the PC or like gear once in a while also you can potentially. But that's pretty much it. So yeah, as I said, like getting some like offers from sponsors and stuff is a really good extra for you. And that 100, I actually didn't even get that 100 in time because it's still there on their account somewhere, and now I can't even because no PayPal. Didn't even get that. But overall, if you're managing to get a few per month, that's just a good addition. Just good addition. A very good addition. Yeah, like 400, for example, per month like, as a community support, and I do think my community is amazing, and that was even confirmed back in the day, like by Morale, if I remember correct, with my numbers getting such support and stuff is already quite impressive, which I do really appreciate. But yeah, not everyone has the dedicated community like that supports. And not every channel size is the same too. So yeah, for some people it is quite important though. like, shouldn't really rely on that too much, because I think they're like even less reliable than like the community support. Because community is at least like here for you, right? And mostly they will be, like even like some people slowly fading out, some new people fading in, right? So like you need to like fuck up or something to have everyone just like pee poof completely and stuff, right? And sponsors are kind of like, today you have some, tomorrow you don't have any, so you can't really rely on that. But it also might be just kind of like good addition, basically, like someone, you know, arrived, give good sponsorship, you like got few extra hundreds, and you can like consider like going to convention, for example, or something, or like getting like some new piece of gear. Not every business succeeds. No, that's absolutely right. Yeah, that's absolutely right. And not every business succeeds, but you kind of want and try to get that to succeed, though. I see what they say. Huh? Time to buy all the PS5s then. And maybe yeah, they decided to pump a bunch on holidays from the reserves and stuff. I just need some wheelers and everything. Well, I mean, if you have that is also true. But again, it's also not something you can rely really on. And that's when it's actually better to have like the... Like, it's better the company oil you rather than someone. And better to have the company oil you rather than someone. I don't think Trizzy is getting like that crazy. Like I remember, like we had talks about it before back in the day, and he's now not, you know, like farming like crazy. Like sure, like Sabaton brings him a bunch, but like he actually does those Sabatons basically to kind of like, you know, cover his bills pretty much, because he lives not in a very cheap country, right, with pretty big taxes and big prices. So those Sabatons, not because he wants to buy like coke, you know, and hookers or something. Those Sabatons are basically so he can, you know, cover his bills and stuff and go to conventions and everything. Like I just don't want to, like, you know, talk behind his back or something about this shit. Like he can give more detail if you ask him, I'm pretty sure. Because I know some of the stuff basically about all that and how he was going to some conventions and everything back in the day, and what it cost and everything. So like yeah, all that is not from a good living, you know, like to get the coke and hookers. It's to make a living, it's to make money, to make ends meet, and just because he wants to keep going and streaming, you know, basically, instead of just like going to work somewhere else. Not even because he doesn't want to work. He worked on Biltema in the chain hypermarket basically there for a while. But he kind of wants to yeah, he was planning the summer job basically. I think kind of like the Sabaton was what saved him from the summer job pretty much, right, if I remember correct. So he's just like going with they're just still trying to make it work. Like, he literally could just, like, go and get the work in the warehouse and earn, like, 3 times more. And he's not doing that because he's lazy or something, because he did it before. He's doing it because he just, like, he likes streaming. It's pretty much the same here, for example. I could literally just go find something and earn way more and have less issues with my time, my free time, my everything. But I just like streaming, so that's why I'm still kind of trying to push that stuff until it's gonna be like, you know, completely bad and no future ahead, and then I'm gonna be changing stuff. Or if there will be some really good offer right now, like if Songs of Conquest dudes would agree to my resume, I probably would be already working there and like streaming on on the weekends, maybe on free time or something, because that would be at least like something I would be ready to take in exchange, because it's also something I would be passionate about. But that didn't work, so we're gonna be pushing whatever still is on the menu. Strong support in certain cases, yeah, and he like with that is just like sort of like, well, I wouldn't like I guess I wouldn't say it's like barely surviving with that amount, but like it's way worse than people kind of make it seem to be. Because people seem like he's, oh yeah, like Swedish millionaire and stuff, and no, far from that. Far from that, as I said, I just don't want to like don't like talking about him and everything without him and stuff. But yeah, well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can like ask him or anything about it. He would be around it, and he would explain that things are not as beautiful. Like for sure, if I would be doing like something like that, like Sabatons like that with such wheelers and everything, for me that would be like plenty enough for my living, right? But like it's different places and different circumstances, so there it's not that simple. There it's not that simple. Oh, the worst life ever? Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, in mine also like not even the worst with what I have. It's not even the worst too. It's good. It's good. Do you have some stuff going on and quite blessed in a way even. That is true. I do agree, I have to say. But yeah, he still needs to he needs to hustle basically to make ends meet. Let's put it that way. So all those Sabatons and everything, they are not from, as I said, desire to make more or something. It's for desire to keep doing what he's doing. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Alright, let's check the Epic Store. I get to the news part. A bit of a tangent. A bit of a tangent there. Need to still do some evening stuff too, huh? Still need to do some of the evening stuff. I wouldn't like compare Sabatons as like some sort of like big sales or something. Sabaton is kind of like, you know, the what I do with like the dono goal, right? But I kind of just like do it, you know, regularly and smaller. And some people just do it like, you know, once and big time. Let's put it that way. Let's put it that way. It's kind of the fundraiser, but that is just like a little bit more hype. And well, I just kind of like, I'm not a huge fan of the concept, to be honest, myself, personally. I mean, I still kind of like stream like most of the day myself now with extra streams and everything. Just at this point, don't stream myself like sleeping and stuff like this, pretty much. Otherwise, that would be already a big Sabaton in a way. Yeah, it's just more kind of way to fundraise, with creating more hype and everything, creative incentives, and getting people more into it. Getting people more into it. But yeah, they get the money needed for the year and everything. Yeah, exactly. Just do it once in a while, raise it. Yeah, sure there are people who just like farm those and everything and get way more than they need. Like, I'm pretty sure there are those too. But I think it's usually not on the smaller streamer side, I would say. Them stay with them. Time to pump it. Time to get Dinker games, huh? Hey, Daxer, hello. Doing good, man. Doing good. How are you, sir? Free games. RPG in a box and for Triumph. Oh yeah, there's a RPG creator like engine sort of thingy. RPG in a box, literally. Can make your own stuff. Thing is made in Godot, actually. Ah, interesting. The engine in an engine, yeah. Insane. Well, there's also RPG Maker and everything for that. But I guess. Cynic, I see her, right? Enjoy. Enjoy the walk, huh? Oh, she got the money. Welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. Tier 2. Thank you, man. Plus one indeed. Thank you, man. SpongeBob and Fall Guys. Insane. Insane. And use them. What do you have there? Well, this Midnight Sun's out now. Not available here still again. Classic. A multiplayer football game. Another one. Another one. Rocket League new season. Yeah, new leaders in Civilization. Some Fiesta with that stuff. Oh, nothing super crazy though. So the sales are over too. Yeah, predecessor. Is the predecessor now going on Steam? And does it cost more? Mode case. Well, mostly positive still though. Close to very positive. A lot of people now waiting for the overprime, which is again the same stuff, just free. We'll see. We'll see who will win. I guess things is also still in mixed. All the new MOBA galore didn't go that well, seems like. Yeah, that I would say even a very mixed. Unlucky. Unlucky. That one didn't go that well. Start pumping some patches at least, that's good, huh? Alright, let's get to the news. A shit ton of vlogs on YouTube. I'm just dumping the VODs there. That's what I kind of intended also. There's gonna be VOD archive on that channel. So yeah, I'm just like dumping a bunch of VODs there. Slowly getting them awards. Alright. Give the like to all of them, son. Insane. Thank you, sir. Sure, if we need to all of them, really. You need to all of them. Actually, I'm kind of not even sure how that algorithm works. Like if someone just like goes in and puts the like in without even watching, how does YouTube even count that nowadays? I wonder. Alright. I mean, it's also VODs though, so which algorithm? Who cares? It's just the VOD dump. Let's get to them actual news. Which is not a crazy amount, but still. Still there is something. See the XRC, yeah? Yeah, like, not sure about the like out of nowhere, just without watching even just the like. That's the question. But maybe. Maybe that is also good still. Alright, let's see what is this all about. Starship Troopers Extermination, 12-player co-op FPS coming next year. They still going with Starship Troopers, seems like. The strategy went quite good, I think, so that's nice. Actually doing something with the franchise. Sony Picture Consumer Products. Sounds like some merch or something. Not gonna show much there, I guess. Would you like to know more? That was such a meme movie back in the day, dude. Oh, that was a good one. Diego Stabania might be. Get my soy face ready. Zero memories of the movie, oh dude. That was something. The Carmen Ibanez, dude. That was my crush back in the day, I guess you could say. Verhoeven also asked to participate in development. Yeah, who knows? The first part actually, because I think there was multiple ones, and I think next ones were kind of already like the weird shit. I think the first one was the shit. First one was the shit. I mean, it doesn't really have like some crazy, you know, artistic value, but that was just like one of those super dank action movies, basically. It's like the super dank action movies, but without, you know, Steven Seagal and like Jean-Claude Van Damme and other boys, but still very dank. The movie was flat. I mean, it was. that was just like super, you know, super, how you say, well, like flat obviously, but like in general, that was kind of like this glorious army man, very resembling US Army that saved the world and stuff, you know. So it was quite flat, but I mean, that was fun though. It was 1997 film actually. What was it then, son? That's been a while. There's been a while. It's got some screenshots, I guess, there. So it's gonna be 12 people a co-op FPS. Work together in order to complete objectives, acquire resources necessary to continue the fight, build and defend the base of operations, and ultimately escape to the one extraction point as a team. Man, if that would be like this kind of scene when they were like the last stand on the outpost on one of the planets when they were waiting to get evacuated and picked up with the ship, like that in the game format would be really dank though. And that would be that would be some dank extraction there for sure. That would be a nice scenario to get in the game. Like all the fucking hordes of arachnids and everything. That was good stuff. Yeah, the strategy game in the universe actually did pretty good, huh? Kinda seems like some sort of like outpost defense there. So you just kinda like explore something and then you need to extract. Doesn't need to get somewhere to extract though, that's the problem. Like that would be kinda cool, yeah, if you like get some resources and stuff, then like barricade yourself and She was the Carmen Ibanez, right, Gastamania? Or was it someone else? Was it another one? That one was, yeah, that one was something, man. That is true. I mean, even not young me still approves, I would say. The shower scene. Shower scene was different one though. That wasn't Carmen Ibanez. That was forgot the name. We also had everything translated, so kind of harder to remember. Oh, she wasn't in the shower. She was the pilot. In the end, and Trooper was another one. Forgot the name. The build mode and repair mode. Okay, so there will be actually like the barricades and stuff. That's good. Build refinery. Yeah, it seems kind of like missions will be quite chunky there. Twelve players can team up in squads of 4 to defend their base, complete objectives, gather resources, and try to kill every bug in sight. 3 playable classes: assault, support, defense classes. Build defenses, construct walls, towers, ammo stations, more using resources acquired from planet-side refineries. Unlock new weapons, equipment, and perks for each class. Become a light warfighter among the Deep Space Vanguard. At early access launch, encounter drone, a warrior, gunner, a plasma grenadier, and tiger elite enemy bugs during planet-side missions. Escalating infestation levels, increasing bug threat levels during missions, bring bigger and more dangerous enemies in the fight, large-scale battles, massive map with 5 unique zones, and swarm-based combat with hundreds of enemy bugs on screen, delivers the sense of an overwhelming planetary war. It seems like nice and massive, but it kind of feels like I wonder how many maps and the different things will be there. It seems really cool, but I have a feeling it might just kind of become very repetitive though. Retake bases and refineries, destroy hives, complete a variety of side objectives to wrest control of the map away from the bug menace. So it seems like one huge map with a bunch of stuff to do there. Which is kind of nice, but it should be probably like if it's too massive, then like 12-player co-op will be probably kind of like drop in, drop out or something. I don't know. Because otherwise it just can become a bit too much, a bit too exhausting for the session in co-op. For the one session to do everything, for example. And then it's kind of might become repetitive, huh? And the ping system, that's nice. I got Terran Command. That was pretty good RTS, apparently, I heard. I maybe should check that one out at some point. That's true, guess somebody, yeah. Do agree, do agree. But that shower indeed was something. Yeah, that's all you needed. That's all you needed usually. The Witcher 1 remake will be open world, as CDPR says. That's gonna be story-driven single-player open-world RPG. Modern reimagining of Witcher. Okay. Well, I mean, it's still kind of not exactly even like this. They explain properly what kind of open world will be there. But I mean, I guess I could see that because yeah, like I haven't played still, and Steve said it's kind of like was like those like little like segments basically that were more concentrated and stuff. But yeah, I bet they kind of did it that way because like you know, the gear. The hardware power was just kind of limiting the full open world stuff, so maybe they just kind of going for their original imagining of what they wanted to do without, you know, with less tech limitations. So we'll see. Even though I'm all up for like non-open world, just kind of like more concentrated, you know, composed experience in RPG and not only RPG. They'll walk to destination instead of loading screen. Basically, I guess, yeah. Maybe just like more side things in there. Fill the world just to kind of kill time more. Most likely something like that. Yeah. I feel because like even like I remember the with New Vegas, like that I remember like clearly with like one of the interviews that like why the fuck did you guys like split Vegas in like 3 separate parts, not even to mention like all the outskirts and stuff? Well, because it wasn't fucking Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. That's why we did it. Because it just was impossible to make like one huge area basically. So yeah, I think that could be that it's exactly the reason why it was made the way it was made. And this is even older than New Vegas and everything, so we'll see. Like, as long as it's not diluting, you know, the experience too much, because there's just like way too much ground to cover now and just a bunch of like side quests and everything to do now, then it's gonna be alrighty, I feel. Yeah, I can see that, Sok. I can see that. Like, especially in all the modern Fiesta with all the open worlds, I do like me some concentrated, you know, some concentrated experience, not something just smeared across like the huge open world map. Alright, the news everyone waited for. Gotham Knights update adds 4-player Heroic Assault and 2-player Showdown modes today. So now you guys can finally get yourself the game and play it and enjoy it. It must be good. It must be good when we play it, yeah. It was on sale already, like what, 40% I think? So just wait for Christmas sales. Maybe it's gonna be 60. Maybe 50 at least. Yeah, the bloat I also don't really like. I don't mind really, right, to get more of a good game. But when there is that many good games in the backlog and everything, I would rather just like, you know, have less bloat. So you do like the good stuff and then you move on to do something else. That is my problem nowadays. Sonic Frontiers 2023 roadmap includes the free updates that add modes, skins, and playable characters. Damn son, they don't even sell it with deluxe edition. How could they? Jukebox photo mode, a new challenge modes. Damn, that's a DLC, man. That's a DLC. You could charge $10 for that nowadays. Sonic's birthday, open zone challenge, a new Coco. Playable characters, a new story, and that's for sure is a DLC, dude. Like, this is all like $20 season pass. Add some death animations there and everything, and that's the season pass for you, dude. It's $20. How dare you sell it? How dare it not sell it? How dare you just give it for free? Free DLC. Holiday cheersuit DLC, dude. Not even selling the holiday skin. I see how it is. Yes, Dave, pretty much. Let's use the body. I see. That happens with some games. Yeah, I do agree. I have that issue too sometimes. A bit too much shit to do. Final Fantasy 16 producer to appear at the Game Awards as the release date speculation ramps up. So Naoki Yoshida, the Yoshi P himself, gonna be there. And there are rumors that it's gonna be out in June. Well, I mean, yeah, they even said themselves that it is gonna be summer. But yeah, there is already even like rumor that it's like, I forgot which exact day in June, but there is already. With the same guy posting the rumors that it's something of June. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, there is already a rumor of that. But I guess we're gonna hear. Guess we're gonna hear soon if that's the case or not. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet patch arrives with bug fixes. Nintendo apologizes for game's performance. That's actually, if you think about it, kind of rare thing though. And there's something fucking broken and stuff, lagging like crazy, and they just kind of like, you know, alright. Here's the patch. Silently. Nothing happened. Let's pretend nothing happened. So at least they can apologize sometimes. PS5 better testing the game until December. Sounds like it. Got 7, that's like a strong 3 for non-Nintendo game. Yeah, I guess. Take feedback from players seriously and are working on improvements to the games. Well, we'll see about that. If you roll out another one in 3 years and it's also gonna be like this, and then we'll see. Frictional Games announces Amnesia the Bonker, a new sandbox open-world horror game. High levels of freedom to impact gameplay, choosing their playstyle as they explore at will the semi-open world. Semi-open though. The game has hardly any scripted events, resulting in constant tension by way of an ever-present threat. Constant tension, especially if it's like open world stuff, might just become way too tiring. So it's either not gonna be intense enough, or you're just gonna be like kind of like Monka shaking way too much all the time. Yeah, Termask, I do agree. I do agree. I do agree for sure. Like in general, making like a composed, good, cohesive, you know, experience in a small size, in my opinion, is way like harder and way better in the end than open world. Like in open world, you basically, the hard part is like, you know, to make it still interesting and entertaining all the way through. But it might not even necessarily be like that super cohesive or something. You just kind of like make players busy. Or that's rather how they do it most of the time. The dink flashlight. So to charge it that way all the time. Anything besides the original, I say. Yes, he's okay, right? I think I saw only like some of the old ones that I played also. Don't think I've seen the latest one. So we'll be in total control of their moment-to-moment decisions. Armed the revolver gun and noisy dynamo flashlight. So we'll walk the course of an ill-lighted World War I bunker. The shoes of a French soldier troubled by his amnesia and haunted by another worldly creature. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, not like in a horror game, not even shutting up doesn't sound like a good idea, to be honest. Anyway, in the news that no one asks for. Assassin's Creed Valhalla and Destiny 2 crossover cosmetics revealed. Items will drop into both respective games next week on December 6th, and it's then you'll able to purchase these themed cosmetics from the Assassin's Creed in-game store and the Eververse store in Destiny 2. Like, why? And that's the main question, really. Video also features some Monster Hunter themed cosmetics, meaning there's a likely collaboration with that series set to be announced soon as well. Like everything and everyone is getting like all the crossovers, man. Insane. I bet players of both games are super hyped about this, yeah. Well, I mean, if it's something good looking, then like kind of just another cool skin technically, right? I guess. Whatever. But like when like I don't know, like putting something like in Destiny that is kind of, you know, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that's kind of fine because, you know, it's sci-fi and stuff. But the other way around is kind of weird. You ask me. If you ask me, it's kind of weird. It's a Viking game in full sci-fi armor, exactly, yeah. Like, what is this, dude? Like, I mean, I know it's far from realism, but still. Still, dude, that's just kind of, I don't know. Monster Hunter Rise hits PlayStation and Xbox next month. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One on January 20th. It will also be available on Xbox Game Pass for console, PC, and cloud at launch. So Rise is gonna be everywhere now. And without cross-save and crossplay, that's a Duns game. That's a Duns game. That doesn't say here, but that sounds like a big Duns gamus. Steam and Game Pass can play together. Classic. Classic, man. Actually already had sci-fi armor. Damn, son. They're already pumping those. Now let's compare with Sonic now. Callisto Protocol. Will get they don't have like a picture to compare really. Feels bad, man. Like Sonic was all this shit for free. Now what we gonna get? Season Pass DLC feature brand new death animations, presumably to be featured in the game's new story content. No, it wasn't new story content, it was actually non-story DLCs. That is literally in their Steam page. We did our research last week. Now, according to this new content timeline, additional story is expected to release sometimes next summer. Before that, though, all players will receive New Game Plus and a Hardcore mode, while Season Pass owners will also get the Outer Way Skin Collection, Contagion Bundle, the Riot Bundle, and the aforementioned story content. The content stream begins in February and seemingly ends during the summer of next year. Yeah, we'll see about that. Sonic had it all free, man, at least. You know how things are dank when like the Sonic that we were all looking at, like what the fuck is this, man, ends up actually being fucking good and everything else fails. A loot box bill filed in Australia. Proposed legislation would require games with loot boxes to be rated R18+ and carry warnings for parents. I think that's fair. A bill seeks to amend the Australian Classification Board rules to require that the board give any game with loot boxes an R18+ classification or to refuse classification entirely in order to keep children from purchasing and playing games with loot boxes. Absolutely. Additionally, it would require games with loot boxes to carry a warning for parents and guardians. Yeah, I think that's fine. If you can convince your parents to buy you something like this, sure, that's your and their problem then. Otherwise, yeah, no loot boxes for you, easy. I would support that. I would support that. And to be honest, a difference in many things, but the member for Clark has been an absolute strident champion in his desire to clean up the gambling industry, as have I, who stand shoulder to shoulder in this place to put big tech and the big gambling companies on notice that he and I and anyone who wants to join us will fight shoulder to shoulder to protect Australians who have become vulnerable to gambling. Quite good, quite good. Australian government has been pushed to act on loot boxes for years. Yep, that sounds like it might not be exactly done then. But at least they trying. At least they trying. Microsoft to offer EU regulators concessions in Activision acquisition. The Xbox maker is ready to offer Sony a 10-year licensing deal to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation and get the deal approved. A Reuters source said the primary remedy offered would be a 10-year licensing deal with Sony. PlayStation maker has previously objected to the acquisition going through, saying the threat of Call of Duty being made exclusive to Microsoft Xbox platform would negatively impact its console business and consumer choice. Consumer choice, bruh. I still need to talk about consumer choice, man. Such a yikes, all that stuff. Well, I mean, if they're gonna demand more than 10 years, I don't even know what they expect then. Well, like 10 years, you should take it. But yeah, I guess they're gonna try to like stall it and completely cancel the deal. Not even because they want Call of Duty, they just don't want Microsoft to take the W. That's pretty much it. How much does From Software crunch? Current and former staff at the Elden Ring developer responded to claims of excessive overtime and low pay. Well, from what I read, I think it was just like first initially, it was just like a bunch of journalists who who reached out to the workers, basically. Following the success of Elden Ring, a series of negative reviews From Software surfaced on Twitter, claiming that staff at the studio often faced excessive overtime and chronic dissatisfaction with pay. The reviews were originally published in the Glassdoor-like jobs board Career Connection between 2012 and 2019. With its increasing prominence in the West, many latched onto the mention of crunch in the reviews of From Software, prompted Twitter users to fall into tired stereotypes of Japan as a country of overwhelming overtime and exploitative work practices. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if it's actually that tired of a stereotype, to be honest, from what I heard quite recently, so not sure if stereotype is tired or workers are tired. Community.biz spoke to a number of From Software employees, past and present, to gain a better understanding of how the issues raised affected those working at the Elden Ring developer. Studio does not permit employees to give interviews whether they still work at From Software or not. As such, all sources wish to remain anonymous. Let's see. Approached From Software for comment multiple times but received no response. One source was quick to refute the stereotypes of Japanese companies overworking their staff. The general industry in Japan is not that crazy compared to my experience in other fields. Japan has a lot of holidays, and there is a rule that From Software staff shouldn't stay later than 10 PM, and 90% of the time, staff won't stay later than 9 PM. This may not resemble the 9 to 5 most companies use as a baseline, but From Software, in line with reforms to Japan's Labor Act, advertises its workday as lasting 8 hours, citing flexible work hours with core time between 11 AM and 5 PM. Sorry, like a lot of like IT stuff nowadays is like this here too. You just have kind of like you just need to start like from like I don't know, like 8 AM and like 11 AM for example, and then you like work for amount of hours that you need to work. Or shouldn't you be able to give interviews? Actually, I had no idea. Yeah, I mean, like nowadays that might be not a bad idea, I guess. Consider it like you should forbid them using any social media too, so they don't shit the bed themselves and then for the whole company of yours too, like many times happens nowadays, right? Multiple sources concede, however, that there is some level of crunching at From Software. Aha, got him. Appears to be variable by department, with one source telling us there hasn't been much overtime work for me. During critical periods of game releases, I often had to work early mornings and overtime for 2 to 3 months. So there hasn't been much overtime work for me. So they just assume that there is some overtime work for someone. It's kind of without context, it's kind of hard to say. This time period was echoed by another source who noted that while it's not as if crunch happens on a daily basis, it's more common during the ROM check for the publisher or 2 or 3 months before release. See, so okay, see. How is this overtime compensated? According to one source, overtime is generally included in the salary. After midnight, however, we were paid late night overtime, but that was half of our usual hourly rate. Wait, so you wait late night and you get paid less? Damn, value, man. Just make them all work at night. Easy, and just pay half the money. Boga. This is unusual in Japanese companies where hourly wages are often increased after midnight. This tallies with a generally below average rate of pay at From Software. One source was keen to stress that to offset criticism of crunch and pay, that From Software is not a big organization. Small independent company. Which is true, despite a AAA billing as of May 2022, From Software has 349 employees. Criticism of crunch and pay, that they are small. I mean, bro, like, sure, but that actually is even worse. Like, if they are small and they have only like 350 employees, but they sold a fuckload of copies, man, they probably can afford paying more, you know. Like, it would be like few thousand company, right? A few thousand people, and they would sold as much. That would be less people, kind of less money per person. But like if you kind of small store, which is like not that small, that's true actually, yeah. That doesn't excuse, like, okay, like the overtime I can agree, right? Like less people, huge project, need to kind of like crunch sometimes, like that kind of makes sense. Well, I mean, it's not a good thing, right? But at least that kind of makes sense. But like less pay when they have less people to pay to and more money as an intake, that is kind of PP again. People making less than night shifts? Yeah, I haven't heard that either. Mostly here you get paid the same, but not less, that's for sure. From Software's salary is not adequate, as employees can expect, according to data on Career Connection, an average yearly salary of 3.44 million yen, equivalent to just shy of 25,000 per year. There's like 2,000 bucks per year, pretty much. Significantly less than $38,000 employees at the comparably sized Atlas take home. Worth noting, well, I mean, you know, looks like the From Software is the Dark Souls of workplaces, I guess. So you just take extra challenge that way if you work there. It's worth noting that conversions through this article have been made using current exchange rates, though Japanese yen has fallen significantly against the dollar in the past 2 years. Compared to the cost of living in Tokyo, one source said From Software's salary is not adequate. They went on to say that others close to them at the studio did not appear satisfied with their salaries either. Well, I mean, to be honest, like if you like the game dev, like the developer, like some IT dude, for example, even here, like work 2,000 is gonna be like a junior with some experience, basically, most likely. Even here. And I'm pretty sure there it's like way worse. This article did actually say that, I say. Huh? It's all Tokyo, so that should be quite expensive there. Salary Explorer reports monthly average salary in Japanese game development ranges from 1,675, okay, monthly salary, to 5,328. By comparison, recent roles advertised at From Software all start from 1,595 per month. Damn, son, right now. Dude, that's like 90,000 in our money. Like, basically, you can get 1,000 here with no education or nothing, just going to the warehouses, just packing orders to internet store. Like the food store, you just like pack the food from the fridge into the bags. You get paid 1,000 bucks and you get free lunches also, like compensated lunches basically. Or you go, yeah, in the and it's here. I mean in capital here, but that's also capital there, and I'm pretty sure it's more expensive there a lot. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can even get by with 1,600. That's kind of the problem here too with game dev. Like game dev here pays like quite shit actually. Like, unless you're already some god with a lot of experience, you're gonna get paid shit. Yeah, where's the old money go? No idea, actually, yeah. Oh, yeah, here it is. Worth taking into context that monthly rent in Tokyo averages around $1,477. That sounds like a Moscow situation. So whatever you earn, you just pay for rent. For a single bed apartment, while the cost of living hovers around $1,000. Okay, that's way more expensive than here. These no doubt factor into staff dissatisfaction with salaries. Miyazaki, I'm ready to go work for food and roof. Take me. I'm down. They're not happy. We have a lot of people who will be happy. Until we become unhappy too at some point, but that will be later. For now we will be happy. With the immediate success of Elden Ring, publisher Bandai Namco announced in February that it would be raising salaries by an average $362 per month for all employees. Base monthly salaries would increase from previous 1,681 to 2,100, so it's still less than rent and the cost of living, basically. So they still get less than that. Place doesn't look fancy. Well, yeah, it says like average is like 200,000 yen. So like sounds about right, I guess. And then you pay also a whole bunch for the cost of living, basically, for food and stuff. Food, I heard, is kind of like depends what you want to get, but yeah, like we have some community people who live there for a while, and yeah, some of the food is hard and expensive to get. Well, I mean that doesn't matter where from is in Tokyo, because it all depends where you will live, kinda, right? So like obviously you can live on the outskirts and get it cheaper. It's just a commute question, but I'm pretty sure like in Tokyo, commute probably doesn't take that much time anyway. Like it's a huge city, but you have metro and everything, and they have all the like the super fancy speed rails and stuff. So I'm pretty sure like inside Tokyo you probably can commute like kind of like in Moscow, I guess. Even if you go to the outskirts, yeah, that might take longer though, but probably gonna be cheaper. But still, that's really low though. Like even 2000, as I said, like even for our prices, for someone who does like coding, for example, or something, that is super low. Well, okay, not super low, but very low. Like you work for a few months, you already can, like as a junior, you already can get to that amount here. Most of the time. Actually, was it Oleg? Said, I don't remember. He got to like our local CRM coders, and I think it was like 1500 he mentioned or something. I don't remember actually. As a starter. Yes, Dave, yeah. Going into outsourcing work, I mean, it's publisher and stuff too, right? Then From Software is not its own company. From Software is owned by Kadakawa Studios, right? Which like the chairman or something just got in jail or in court or something over some shit. I don't remember exactly, right? So I'm pretty sure like their owners probably get a huge chunk of money. Publisher gets a huge chunk of money. Then yeah, you get like all the taxes and everything. Then yeah, you get some outsourcing work to do, some like licenses. I guess like the Martin also got a little bit of that money too. Yeah, Olympic Games bribery, exactly. Yeah. So it probably like a lot of money from all that Giga profits kind of got in different pockets, but still it's really low. It's a lot less at least here. Well, I'm not sure about there. I'm sure about here because like I have people who do that basically. So yeah, I can say it. I can say it like with that, sure. I can like literally even like message right now the guy who works with that, and he will give me like a rundown how much people are earning. It is that much. It is that much. And as I said, like even like going and packing food from the fridges to the bags for delivery will land you like 1,000 with free lunches. That I also can tell for sure. I was looking into options basically already at hard times, so I know how it works. And yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure for Tokyo that is very low, because it's kind of low even here. Like it's 90,000 nowadays. 90,000 is like McDonald's gets you 60,000 now. If you work like a full 40 hours a week, McDonald's will get you 60,000 with food. McDonald's with no education, nothing, just like student. Even a little bit below 18, I think you might have some limits on the amount of hours you can work. I don't remember, but basically like you can go there as like no one, just like start, and you will get already like 1,000 easily. So like yeah, these numbers are not as good for Tokyo. Different countries, different food prices. Well, that's the problem. There is even more expensive there. Like the rent is kind of comparable. Average, actually no, rent is higher even. Like 1,400 rent. It's again almost 90,000. That's a lot. You can get like something in a very, very good spot, very good apartment here for that money. And yeah, 1,000 the living price. That's dank. I mean, you also can do that. We have the, what was the name? Yeah, there it is. Poof. So let's see. Poof. Poof. No. Let's see. It even says that the meal is cheaper in Tokyo. Damn, son. A meal for 2 people. Damn, time to move to Tokyo, man. Seems a bit better. If you go to restaurant, at least. So if I go to Tokyo, I'm gonna live in the restaurants. The McDonald's is cheaper. What the fuck, man? But yeah, you go to the prices now, and yeah, this is where. So apparently, like the restaurants in Tokyo just less PPA than restaurants here, so they don't drive a huge margin. So they probably like actually have a fair price, I guess. Let's say. Hey Nick, hello. The Tokyo prices now with the From Software, and then yeah, then you get to the actual food prices, for example. Onion 1 kilo. Yeah, I like that. That's what Tears I think said. Like vegetables and stuff were super expensive there. They were super expensive there. Like fruits, vegetables, whatever is like there is not a lot of stuff apparently they grow themselves there. Like some specific things they do, but some things they don't. Wine is cheap apparently, for example. But yeah, everything else is like way more. The beef is cheap. Beef is more expensive. What the fuck? And the Giga rice. Feel how much rice difference? Yeah, that's quite the difference though. Maybe it's because the demand is way higher though. And supply is not that crazy, so they maybe import a bunch too. Part of Asia is famous for rice farms, but that might be also the fact that they just eat a lot of that. And maybe export a bunch of that to other countries too. Well, the rice is also quite cheap here, though. That's actually quite expensive rice, I would say. Like, good stuff, I think. I mean, I haven't resupplied on rice for a while, actually, so maybe I'm wrong. Eggs almost the same. Cheese is more expensive. Chicken is way more expensive. Yeah, beef is way more expensive. Fruits are super expensive. Yeah, I think Tyr said, actually, like, lettuce, or, like, was it, like, the... leek I think also was like kind of like same price, but like yeah, everything else is super expensive. Transportation, taxi, what the fuck, man? I thought taxi in Moscow is ridiculous. Holy fuck, man. No, apparently buying the car is way cheaper though. Yeah, that's true. Like cars are ridiculously expensive now, dude. you I don't know if you heard, probably like maybe. They launched like the Moscow manufactory to return Moskvich again, to build cars here, Moskvich. Bruh. On the from every fridge they were like, bruh, we're launching the cars. Yeah, we back. So basically, I forgot the model. This is a Chinese DAC SUV that costs 10,000 bucks, I think. There, they just get it here, pretty much complete already. They just like, you know, put like doors, wheels on it, everything, slap this like logo on it, and they sell it for 20 to 30,000 bucks here. Local, man. It's local, dude. So like prices of cars here are ridiculous, man. Cheaper to go to Japan and buy a car, which is even like before the Fiesta, people were going to Japan, buying cars there, and then just driving them here. We have a lot of cars with the right wheel here. Hey, Soltris, don't really need taxi in Tokyo. Yeah, well, I mean, you don't really need taxi in Moscow too, but there are situations when you kind of do. Like my grandma, for example, when she needs to go to the doctor, and you know, like walking to the metro takes a while and everything. He calls the taxi. There is special social taxi here that is free, but the quality of that taxi is also like, you know, she needed to go somewhere for some procedures. She just like called day before, booked the taxi for time. It never arrived. So she needed to call like the actual taxi and get on that and drive there. And when she was already there, dude called her like, where are you? I'm waiting. Like, bro, I'm already here. You were too late, bro. From software working for less than minimum pay? Yeah, seems like it. I think it said there even. Average pay, did it mention, I think? Yeah, monthly average salary in Japanese game development ranges from 1,675 to 5,328. Well, so that's, I guess, the actual, like, kind of average. Do they have laws against that? They might, but there might be ways to circumvent that. I know that here for a fact. I know that they do that here for a fact. But Toyota for 1 mil there. What the fuck, dude? For 1 mil here, you can buy shit. A new car even. Like, fuck off. Toyota Corolla for 2 mil here. New? Alright, bro. Alright, bro. I'm fact checking your ass. Let's see. Oh, they said 2.3. Oh, it's used. Can I find new? Well, I guess new you kind of can't really find nowadays here. They probably don't really sell them. Yeah, probably you can really find new ones here to compare. You can try to find maybe the used one. The Corolla. The new one, let's see. Year 2021, let's say. Yeah, you ain't buying that for this amount. Yeah, this one with 9,000 kilometers, 2021 already. Well, this one says new though. So maybe. 41,000 kilometers already, by the way. 2.3 mil. $11,002 mil. So like this number is already a bit outdated even, I would say here. I would say. Minimum wage to your bank account. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. I will tell you more, they don't even pay you minimum. They just pay everything in the envelope pretty much here. Sometimes they even, like, for example, my dad, when he was working, he was getting paid like they were renting a car from him. Like they were renting his car with him as a driver, sorta. So first of all, they most likely, instead of paying taxes for him, they were most likely even subtracting that money as a business expense because they're renting the car, right? So they're not even losing money, they're even making money on him pretty much in a way. Leaving the very expensive location while making a bad pay, yeah. Just gets a bag with money. Yeah, that's like pretty much everyone works here. Gonna fuck him long term. Oh, he already doesn't care really though. He got like enough minimal for that. That was before. Like, I mean, you don't have a choice though. That's the thing. Like, sure, he lost that job because of coronavirus, right? He was like for a month basically like in different hospitals and stuff. Then like month recovery, still didn't really recover fully. So they kind of asked him to peace out, and he already kind of wanted to peace out. And now for like a year at this point, is it 2 years already actually? It's actually 2 years I think already at this point, to be honest. I think it was first year of corona stuff. It's like 2 years already, I guess. He has no job because like you either work with shit like this or you don't work. So you just don't have a choice. Utilities actually. Oh, electricity, heating. With heating, I really doubt it nowadays. I really doubt it. This is all for 85 square meters apartment. Can be kind of close. I do agree, but I really doubt it though. With heating, like from what I heard so far, how much people pay with heating, and I think they still get the gas from us, or we're supposed to. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not that cold there though. I'm not sure either. Yeah, maybe Tokyo is not that cold though. 1 minute of prepaid mobile tariff. Let's see. Internet price. Yeah, you can get easily. You can get more. You can get way more for that. Yeah, second car market is super roof. All the car market is super roof. As I said, they're right now basically just like reselling. We're gonna be actually now. First of all, we just like buying Chinese car, slapping the logo on them and sell them 3 times more expensive, 2.5 times more expensive, and then it's cost there. We're gonna be getting cars from Iran now, actually. Iranian cars too. They actually do like the auto gearbox and everything there too. They have like really good tech. It's only our PPGs have no fucking tech somehow. So yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. Like most of the cars now getting like imported that way. They always were, to be honest. That was the cheapest way to get a car here. Like my like an old friend got married to a dude now. Who's basically was like making pretty solid money. Like his job was pretty much just like fly to Europe, buy a car there, and then you just drive home and sell it here. That's all business, like all the way like this. That's it. Internet is so cheap here and pretty good too. Yeah. Well, you go outside of the town though, outside of the city, and like goodbye internet. That's the problem. Preschool, kindergarten, monthly for one. I guess it's like private. Like, no, yeah, private. Then we have a 3-year. Don't need it yearly, and we have that. Oof. Well, yeah, good thing we have free education though. You don't need to pay any of that. Cinema international release. There is no international releases. Well, actually, they just watch Cam Rips nowadays. Actually, I think in theaters. Well, I guess they wait for a bit better quality, but yeah, that's pretty much what they show nowadays. Fitness club monthly fee for one adult. That makes it 36,000 per year. Yeah, that sounds about right. One pair of jeans. Like yeah, look at the clothes and stuff. Like everything like this, like clothes, PCs and stuff, cars, like everything that is not food pretty much is fucking scuffed. That's for sure here. That's why it's kind of like nice for me, at least I don't really need that much stuff, and whatever else I can still kind of order from abroad, thankfully. And at least food is kind of cheap here. Yeah, look at the difference, average monthly net salary, actually. Yeah, there it is. So yeah, you can see this one. So that will be... so it's 1,500, which is like... This is all very good. This, even in Moscow, this is very good. Like, out of all my family, all my kind of like... since my parents divorced, like the extended family, basically, like this amount of money I can say probably one person earns out of all of them, I think. And even taking all my friends, adding to the bunch, that probably would be like 2 of them, maybe. Yeah, look at the mortgage, dude. And that's even, this is super good here. This is like when they will be like, bro, that's a steal. Ridiculous, dude, ridiculous. See, Axer, I see. But that's the thing, a lot of people like in game dev, I think, they either like, yeah, don't know about the alternatives, or they just like so passionate also. Like I would go for something like this, honestly. Like if it'll be a choice, like, you know, alright, you go like some corporate like bank for like double, triple the price, or you just like, you know, work on developing some game. If it's a game that I would be interested in, even though mobile shit, I would like not go in any options. But if it would be like, you know, just like working on something that I would be interested in, I would go. Even though like shit I mean, I'm already in shit conditions. Like I'm doing it because I like doing it. If I would be doing something else I like doing with shit conditions, I would still do that because it's something I like doing. That's the main thing. It's not right though, especially in case of From Software, right? The salary should be there, but you know, sometimes you're just passionate. Damn, hell, it feels bad, man. Average salary for Japan is not super accurate either. Yeah, that's basically, it's a 1.5 thousand, so that makes it 3,000. Yeah, that's even like for the article. That's a bit too low. Would never crunch though. Well, I mean, like if you consider like extra streaming and stuff, sort of kind of crunch in a way, but I do it because I like it and because I do stuff that I like, even though like sometimes it kind of harms other shit I do, sadly. So I kind of still gonna be, especially when New World will be somewhat chilling, I will be like trying to find some sort of middle ground when I can do more stuff. The thing is, like, if I do a lot of free time, that free time just goes down the drain. So like it would be like basically just like no camera, you know, no OBS. I would be just like sitting here reading also some articles, just maybe about some other shit, listening also to some music, and just like sitting like this for like until it's time to sleep, basically. I mean, I might as well just do productive stuff, I guess. If anything, it's better. Maybe I kind of feel like I'm just gonna be maybe like grinding and then just like taking like a few days off when I'm just gonna like up and go somewhere, like I don't know, like some little vacation somewhere, I don't know, summer house, like friend's house, something like this, just for a few days, like completely like piecing out, so it's actually, you know, like rest, it's actually somewhere away. That will maybe count way better. A lot of work you won't have fun doing, probably. That is true. That is true. Alright, so... Alright. Current roles advertised at the same 220,000 base rate. There is no sign that From Software intends to do the same. However, although there is talk of crunch and low salaries, there also appears to be a lot of employee satisfaction at From Software. Multiple sources give positive accounts of their experience at From Software despite their own criticism. One suggested that long hours are a bit like playing Dark Souls. There it is. It's kind of tense in a way, and there's a lot of struggle to get things right, but if you get over the hump, it's very satisfying. It's just like you defeated the boss in Dark Souls. Okay, so they just like got a bunch of developers, yeah, who got the Dark Souls of employers, basically. Others were more pointed in their phrase. It's been a great experience, not only because you can work on AAA title, but also because you can work with co-workers that are so talented and passionate about creating a video game. And I think that's kind of like the trap with the game development, really, because there was like, I remember that a big research into NetherRealm, right? The Mortal Kombat dudes. When they literally just were like, oh, you do that work in the NetherRealm, and they were like ready to like go through any shit and crunch and stuff just because, you know, I work with like with the guys who made Mortal Kombat, you know. So for some people that is kind of like a little bit, or the same with the Naughty Dog, I think. Was it like when people would go there just because, you know, it's Naughty Dog, I can like crunch like crazy and stuff, but they're gonna put like, you know, Last of Us on my resume or some shit, and like, you know, whatever we're gonna pump in the studio will end up being kind of like, you know, a critically acclaimed masterpiece sort of, and I'm gonna put it on my resume and I'm a god. So people already like take a bunch of stuff just to stay in the industry, in this space in the industry, you know, and get that mark in their resume. And that's I mean, that is also kind of not false though. That's sadly how it works in a way. I need to work for your name first, so the name works for you later. Freelancer, like being self-employed and stuff is really scuffed and scary. Need special mindset for that. I'm kind of happy that with streaming I can still kind of like I can go with it, right? Like I can stream a lot and it's like fun and all for me. Because when I was doing other stuff, it's really hard. Like staying productive, really hard. Like I'm in general kind of like, when I have responsibility on me, especially with someone else involved, then I'm like good with it. I'm gonna try my best. If it's just kind of like, alright, let's like work today, do something, and then that was like for years pretty much like this, sorta. Yeah, like, alright, gonna like read some articles. Alright. I'm reading articles. I like reading. I like, you know, researching into stuff and shit like this. Like, I love that. I'm a pretty curious person. Like, I will read with pleasure. Alright. Now it's time to do something. And you don't do shit. A lot of people don't even know it's an option. I think a lot of people do, but people are afraid. And like for a reason. Because like a lot of people went freelance and they just kind of like suffer. Like freelance before you kind of get established. Get yourself some connections, some name, right? Some reviews and stuff. You know, recommendations. It's pain. Like I had a friend who tried like copyright freelancing back in the day. Didn't go anywhere. Then he even like tried freelancing in the field that he does for a living with like editing, right? Like he works on TV as an editor, and he tried to freelance that shit. Didn't work. It does work in a way for him though right now, because like his connection from the real work, they kind of paying off, and like people come in contact with him and get him some jobs here and there, some projects to work with. So it's kind of like sort of freelancing in a way, but not exactly. Tried freelance and just ended up doing jack shit. Yeah, that's my problem pretty much. Like, I just can't. Like, with streaming, as I said, I think part of the streaming, like, that started with modding, for example, right? Because, like, I took responsibility and I needed to, like, roll with it. So I was trying to do my best with it. So I was always there. I was always trying to do as much. I felt really bad when I, like, you know, went to take a leak and then suddenly someone decided to spam in that time or something and there was no one else around, like, most of the time. So yeah, I when there's like responsibility like this, and same with streaming basically, like I just kind of feel that I'm, you know, kind of like people want to watch my content, people kind of like, you know, enjoy the content, people in the channel and everything, so I do this for them. And that kind of what makes me go. Because otherwise, like if it'll be just me doing something, I usually kind of like, I'm really lazy with that shit. I'm really lazy with that shit. Yeah, that's why, like, you know, like doing a bunch of other things through the streaming, like with beer brewing and stuff like this, for example, that is something that I stick to and everything, just because it gets, like, you know, more people involved who are kind of like part of it, and I kind of like keep myself accountable in front of them, basically. Apex Legends Mobile is iPhone Game of the Year at 2022 App Store Awards. Inscription, Wildflowers, and El Hio also picked up gaming accolades. Damn, Inscription even. On the mobile, not bad. Black Friday video game sales down 15%. UK box charts. FIFA 23 comes out top during major sales week. Well, who would be surprised? So the sales are dropping. FIFA, Call of Duty, Pokemon. God of War already on spot 5. Wait, Pokemon's card, another Pokemon's card. I guess Violet there somewhere. One of those or something. That's a new entry though. What? Sonic Frontiers. Yeah, the Axer, yeah, I do envy those people for sure. Kinda stock, I guess, yeah. Could be that, could be that. Nintendo cancels Smash World Tour. Organizers accuse Panda Global of sabotage. Nintendo says Panda had no influence over the decision and that it did not tell SWT organizers to cancel 2022 finals. Let's see, Nintendo shut down its next 2 events. Also alleges Panda Global, Nintendo's chosen partner for the first official Super Smash Bros. Tournament, had a hand in the closure. Team said it's still working out the logistics but plans to issue full refunds and help with travel arrangements for those affected. Team claims it was told by Nintendo and SWT could not longer operate and that the shutdown came without any warning. They also claim the decision was especially shocking given the ongoing conversations and reassurances it had received from Nintendo over the past year. See, like I say, Smash World Tour said that it had hard to measure the number of organizers, competitors, and fans that will be affected by this, but claimed it will be losing hundreds of thousands of dollars due to Nintendo's actions. However, organizers did not entirely blame Nintendo. Instead, they claimed that Panda Global had been telling potential partners that Smash World Tour was going to be shut down. SWT says it approached Nintendo about Panda's attempted sabotage and was offered repeated reassurances that the official partnership was not exclusive, with the platform holder adding that there was still opportunity for the Grassroots Tour to operate. Here's the update. Then released a longer statement that further explains why it ended partnership with the organizers behind Smash World Tour. The statement emphasized the decision was solely based on our assessment of the proposals submitted by SWT and our evaluation of their unlicensed activities. This decision was not influenced by any external parties such as Panda Global. Any partner that we grant a license to has to meet the high standards we require when it comes to the health and safety of our fans. It is also important that the partner adheres to brand and IP guidelines and conducts itself according to professional and organizational best practices. We use the same approach to independently assess all partners, and if we discover the partner is doing something inappropriate, we will work to correct it. Decision to cancel the SWT 2022 was and still is their own choice. So finals could still continue. And Nintendo says it remains open to partnering with other organizations and is willing to license major tournaments outside of Panda Cup. Nintendo cares about Super Smash Bros. Fans and its community very much, and we hope to continue to hear their passionate feedback. They're committed to working hard to bring joy and fun to the community through tournaments, while also ensuring we and our partners are operating in a manner that is positive and responsible. Imagine going to work with Nintendo like this. Sounds kinda like a very... potentially a big bag, but also potentially big fuck up though. Victoria 3 has sold 500,000 units since October 25th. Not too bad, strategy genre is dead by the way. Nintendo Switch was best-selling games console during UK Black Friday, but down year-on-year and closely followed by Xbox. Damn son. Nintendo still going strong. Controllers remain number 2 gaming accessory, was driven in particular by Microsoft's controller deals. Oh yeah, they were like $40 I think you could get the Xbox there, controller. The RTS games, I mean there are still some. Not that many though, that is true. It's still quite rare, but there are some. Yes, they do, exactly. Disney Speedstorm delayed to 2023. Gameloft's free-to-play racing title was initially due to in 2022 and now expected next year on PC and consoles. No Disney Kart, man. No Disney Kart. Yeah, that seems like a lost one. Blizzard Albany QA team votes to unionize. 14 developers vote in favor of organizing, with 1 vote disqualified and Activision Blizzard challenging 3 more. Them even challenging and stuff. Insane. Insane. Alright, 1 second. And I missed something you guys posted. Doing some panel on Baldur's Gate 3 on the 14th of December. Okay. Yeah, and rest we basically kinda got, I think. One moment. There was... I can open it here now too. There was something else. Recently. Is there some TLDR? Turret is a niche? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. Alright, this one I think is good. Alright, yeah, this one gets some shorter stuff, a bit of a TLDR.
Over here at IGN.
No. Alright, conversation Ryan McCaffrey, Todd Howard followed up on a number of elements we learned about the first time. Starfield gameplay revealed at the Xbox Bethesda showcase last weekend. Todd Howard confirms Fallout 5 is coming after Elder Scrolls 6. So that's gonna be in 2030, dude. Elder Scrolls 6 is in pre-production. And you know we're going to be doing Fallout 5 after that, so our slate's pretty full going forward for a while. Have some other projects that we'll look at from time to time as well. Yeah, that's gonna be 10 years, man. They're gonna be just... I mean, they also have 76, right? So they're not in a rush, really, to pump Fallout 5. Because Fallout 5 probably kinda will... I guess... like... replace sort of 76 at some point. Because, you know, like the upgrade on... graphics and everything, it will just kind of like, and like basically it's like 76 is kind of like Fallout 4 multiplayer, right? So I think like a lot of people would just kind of like switch to Fallout 5 after that, I feel. So they're probably not going to be in a rush with that. Starfield includes more handcrafted content than any Bethesda game alongside its procedural galaxy. With a huge amount of new information, that will include 1,000 fully explorable planets, told us more about the game's approach to procedural generation, what it offers, and assured us that players can ignore them in favor of a huge amount of fully handcrafted content if they want to. So the 1,000 fully explorable planets seems like that's gonna be like most of it just like procedural generated stuff, well, as we kind of guessed already before. So there's gonna be like 5 actual planets handcrafted that you need, and the rest is gonna be just procedurally generated shit that you can just kill time in, I guess. Starfield's main quest is about 20% bigger than previous Bethesda games, around 30-40 hours long. What can ignore? The procedural content, which, I mean, in this context sounds kind of like a lot of planets gonna be procedurally generated, so, which I mean, obviously, right? So yeah, you can ignore, yeah, about the game's procedural generation, what it offers, and assure us that players can ignore them in favor of a huge amount of fully handcrafted content. Kinda Turbos, kinda. Well, I mean, it's probably gonna be just like, you know, the main quest that is like, you know, holding hands. Then there is gonna be like a side quest that appear on the same planets that the main quest is going. And then there's just gonna be like this like whole bunch of shit around that is kind of like probably empty with no markers, but you can just like go there and then do something there, I guess. Maybe procedurally generated quests will be there, which will be kind of like a separate category, like some bounty hunting or some shit, for example. Probably, Steve, probably, yeah. Starfield's main quests are 30-40 hours long, 20% bigger than previous Bethesda games such as Skyrim and Fallout 4. Means it should take around 30 to 40 hours to complete without stepping away to do side content. Howard said the game's main story is longer than normal due to the sheer number of quests. This one's ending up a little bit longer than our previous games, and we may tune that some still. It's more quests, so it might be 20% more than our previous ones. Yes, Starfield will begin with the classic Bethesda step out moment. I see, okay. A scene in which a character steps into the world properly and sees its sheer scale. Starfield won't be bucking that trend. It was asked if Starfield has a step out moment and how it would create a grand reveal of its world, considering it includes 1,000 different planets. There is, look, the way the game starts is pretty set for everybody. So we definitely have what we call the step out moment, and we probably have a few of them given the scale of the game. To the Skyrim story, yeah. Starfield has 4 main cities, and the New Atlantis is the biggest city Bethesda's ever made. 4 major cities for players to explore, including New Atlantis, which is the biggest the developer ever made. Howard said that New Atlantis, capital city of the United Colonies, is not just the biggest in this game, but bigger than anything in Skyrim, Fallout 4, or any of the developer's previous games. So like 16 times the detail again. It has all the services you would expect, and you can work on your ship there. The factions touch that. But that's also the headquarters for Constellation, which is the faction that you joined that is the last group of space explorers. Kind of this NASA meets Indiana Jones meets the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen group. Starfield doesn't let you fly seamlessly from space to planet. That's really just not that important. Alright, well, I mean, kinda whatever. People have asked, can you fly the ship straight down to the planet? No, we decided early in the project that the on-surface is one reality, and then when you are in space is another reality. Or rather, like, engine just can't handle that. Starfield space combat is unique and inspired by FTL and MechWarrior. Todd Howard said that Starfield features a unique take on space combat, and that was partly inspired by FTL and MechWarrior. And yes, you can steal ships that you board. Howard said there has been a lot of space sims that we are fans of and space shooters from the 90s, but the team wanted Starfield to feel like something unique. He went on to explain how both indie darling FTL and classic shooter MechWarrior were unlikely touchstones for the game. Interesting. This means it's gonna be kind of like this mini game or something. We'll see, we'll see. Damn, Steve, damn. Here you shoot right there. Alright, well, we'll see. We'll see what this is all gonna be about then. Wonder if they will show something on Game Awards too then. Hopefully. I hope they will. They better explore those planets. Alright, so... It's about time to call it a day on Twitch and go to a little evening YouTube stream. A little bit of evening YouTube. Let's go and do that. So let's read the lab. Late for the YouTube stream, yeah. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Alright, so this is it for us today.